Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the RaceKraft Simulations V8 Vets Split 4 Friday night chook raffle. I am John Van Ree. With me in the booth tonight, I've got Mark Dial, Mike Coroliff, Ross Watson, and Sean Slater. How are we, boys?
Yeah. Doing good, thanks, John.
Thank you. Of course, it is the big one that we've got tonight. This is the Enduro of the season. Absolutely looking forward to watching this one, as I was not there last night to partake. Let's have a quick look at the track. Of course, we are running the international layout and not the GT layout with all the squiggles out the back, turning it into something like 30 corners. But we start on the start-finish straight next to the 40-kilometre-an-hour pit lane, and we head down into the 90-degree turn one at the right-hander at the OTR sign, where we then sweep around to the left and into the sweeping hard right-hander at turn 3. We then go flowing through turns 4 and 5 up to the hairpin at 6, where we leave the Western Loop and head off onto the International Loop, where we then come through the hairpin at 6 into 7, 8, 9, 10, which is multiple corners to the right, where we, particularly 9 and 10, you've basically got to double apex the corner. We then come into 11 where we've got to back it off, and then we sweep on 12 where we rejoin the outer GT circuit and come down in the acceleration point into turn 13, which is another tricky corner, another overtaking opportunity like turn 1 into there. We then come into turn 4, which is the tight left-hander, and we need to be very much aware there. That is a lot tighter than you think. So 14 and 15 is very much a Formula One style double corner, which is very interesting to run through in these cars. We then come through turn 16 and up the hill into 17, Marty doesn't look too impressed about 17. I wasn't too impressed about 17 when I did some laps around it the other night. It is a tough corner going up over the crest. It is tighter than it looks. It will catch a few people out. We then sweep through 18 and then go across the start-finish line to finish the lap off. And these blokes will be doing it 63 times, or 61 times, sorry. And that's just a couple of laps. I don't know. I think I was, pretty much enjoying what I was doing last night. I reckon these lads had a good night as well. And, of course, let's have a quick squiz at the championship standings as well. This is where it gets really interesting. At the moment, after 7 rounds, we've got KO Kinzel on equal points with the one and only Michael Korolev. Tommy DeWitt sitting in third, 6 points behind those two. And then we have Jeff Sanford in fourth. Daniel Schaefer in fifth. Pete Kelleher, sixth. Brad Grant in seventh. Ernie Toth in eighth. Rob Baxter is in ninth. And then we shuffle back down to 10. Ray Lachlan, David Baldock in 11. Then we've got Darren Vermey in 12 and Dave Holly in 13. Darren Walden, 14th. 15th is Kevin O'Neill. 16, Jeff Eddy. Craig Rose. Dave Leslie, Doug Wright, and Anita Buckland rounding out the top 20. So that's for 2 drop rounds counted. We've got 3 races to go, including tonight, and we are definitely going to be getting excited about the no drop round 10. So all to play for, especially for Baldock, because we've done the calculations this evening and we've worked out with me missing next week as well for work. That poor old Baldy, if he scores 0 in the final round, he will be beaten in the Baldock Cup. All this BS that he's been pumping out into Discord over the last week is absolute rubbish because he has not won it. He's dreaming. Anyway, let's have a look at the grid. It is another snapping grid, of course, because we have KO Kinzel on pole with a 1:53.497. I believe that is a cracking time. He should be pretty chuffed with that. And, of course, on the front row with him is Justin Wood from Infinity Racing. On the second row, Rob Baxter from CX2 Reality Racing. And I do believe next week's his last round before where he'll be in Pete's rig. And then he's going fishing for the last 2 weeks. So he's missing the last round. So that absolutely throws the top 5 door wide open for a lot of guys. Tommy DeWitt sitting on the second row with him from WKMP. Great effort from Tommy putting himself up there. I know he's been working very hard with Stoney and it looks like it's starting to pay off. Daniel Schaefer from Omen Racing sitting in 5th alongside Shane Patterson, who I believe is MIA next week. Not sure what the reason is, but it better be bloody good. And then on the 4th row, we've got Jeff Sanford from Player One, and he's lining up alongside Corkscrew Racing Ernie Toff. On the 5th row, we've got Kevin O'Neill from We Race. This guy is an absolute success story. He has improved so much this season, it is not funny. And he lines up alongside the big improver from Team AJR, Brad Grant. He has had another cracking result in quali. And then on the 6th row, we have Pete Kelleher from Synergy Sim Racing. He is absolutely having a good season as well. Lines up alongside Mike Korolev. This guy's leading the championship or equal leader in the championship. And I don't think we've seen him any higher than 8th this season in qualifying. So that says that this bloke knows how to part the seas to get past people. As we go over the page, we then have Jeff Eddy from Team AJR. If you're watching this morning, Saturday morning, if you're watching over there at the Harley dealership, your wife said you could buy it and you can have all the accessories. He lines up alongside on the 7th row with Vaughan Robinson from Southern Cross Racing. So good to see how Vaughan goes there. See, he's been quick the last few weeks, so expect him to move forward. Lining up alongside on the 8th row is Dave Holly from Player One lining up with Darren Friend from Old Mates and Sons. We then go to the 9th row with Craig Rose from Quantum Racing, with Braden O'Loughlin from Frogleet Juiced Racing. On the 10th row, Rob Williams from Team Hexter, which I think he's with Player One. I thought I'd fixed that. And he lines up alongside SLS is Anthony Rivet. So the rookie's doing quite well. On the 11th row is Doug Wright from Old Mates and Sons, lining up alongside Wilbo from Omen Racing. And then on the 12th row, Darren Freer from W2 Motorsports lines up alongside David Baldock. Long way back there, Davey. Pressure's on. And we go on to the next row. We've got Anita Buckland from Old Mates and Sons lining up alongside Phil Marsh. Phil Whiteman from Team VGA lines up alongside Tim Hall from Player One in 29th. Slats. A bit far back, mate, but we'll see how you go. You seem to work your way through from there for Henry James Racing. You line up alongside Greg Shelton from Mustangs North Queensland. And then on the next row, on the 16th row, we've got Pete Morris from Fishy Motorsports. And he lines up alongside David Logsdale from Team AJR. We've got Darren Walden on the next row from Angry Birds. And he lines up alongside your sparring partner, Michael, Simon Black from OSR, without setting a time. Bruce McLeod was, of course, our race controller. And I do believe there is a story going around that he did press that magic button by mistake again. We'll have to evolve that one a bit later when we get into it, lads. And then Sean Van der Meulen, the great Dutchman himself, representing good job, son. He was our safety car driver and assisted Bruce in race control. And I believe Will Wilson may have been in there as well. So the story goes around as we go over the page. And the other ones who didn't set a time during the race, during qualifying, was Ashley Hall and Darren Vermey. I do believe I've heard a rumour and a story that Darren Vermey started the race in split one. So I don't know how his name's sitting there. That's a bit of a strange one. So I'm assuming RC will be sussing that one out. Interesting grid, boys.
Yeah. Certainly is.
Well,
I do believe the button got pressed from race control out of pure boredom. They were bored.
Hey, boy, and a big shout out, of course, everyone in the chat. I do see Rob Baxter in there. I've been told to ask Rob, how was your head this morning? We believe he may have had a cracking headache. Anyway, we'll find out about that later. We've got 2 hours to fill in. I believe it was a rolling start. I missed that. Sorry.
It was.
And I believe that was across all splits as well. So I do know Michael has apologised, but it does happen. It is not an easy gig. There is checklists and things that we all tick and do as we do this job. But as you can imagine, we make a lot of servers during the week. We do a lot of things during the week, and even myself with the over 40s, we try and do some weird stuff during the week. I'm really thinking of going way out there for this week's Monday night race, so make sure you read the subregs and look at the server settings. You're not going to like me, I don't think. It is definitely going to be an interesting race, this one anyway. So, what do you...
Monsoon coming?
No. I'm just thinking of just stuffing up the weather model, seeing what it can do.
Do it.
Let's just say, I think they'll probably be wishing we had 18 degrees when it's 56. But anyway, we'll see.
That'll burn some tyres out.
Yeah, and I might only give them one tyre change too. So, in fact, I might only be giving everyone else one tyre change after Blanchy got upset because they haven't done it yet this season. Anyway, that's another story.
Geez, I just remembered. I think I'm busy next Monday night.
Well, if you're Bruce McLeod, you just got to say you're washing your hair. But anyway. I'm going to get a drive-through for that. Headache, you
are.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, on that note, let's light the wick on this. These guys are on their rolling start. I will quickly just tab myself to a different spreadsheet so I can get this right when we get into it. As we've got 61 laps, I can tell you now it's not busy for every lap, so there will be a fair bit of chat going on. Fair bit of shenanigans. Got some good company with me this evening. I'm sure we will get up to all sorts of no good, and hopefully we'll get and survive it. So grab your hats. We'll light the wick as these guys roll for a green flag, and let's get this one going. So look at that great iRacing safety car. Doesn't hold the wick to our McLaren. Right, Justin in P1, sitting there beside KO. KO back in 1. This is the other problem when you're side by side. So still got a little way to go here. It's a different experience trying to line yourself up, getting the itchy feet. It's a restart times 2 because you're side by side. You see they're far and spread down the back. And definitely moving along here quite nicely. I've already got my drive-throughs. We've got a 10-minute stop and hold apparently in round 10. As long as Bulldog scores 0, I'll take that. So that lovely iRacing safety car, it's got to bug off at some stage. Jump on board with Woodsy. Of course, Woodsy and KO have been waving the flag for us in the over 40s and doing a cracking job too, by the way.
Sure have. KO was leading on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Here we go. And looking for the next name I'm looking for. I found it. These guys are about to go. We're about to go. Green flag racing, we're away. They spread out across the track.
Oh, 16 wide.
We're in the grass.
Just going to shuffle back a little bit. Brad Grant into the inside. Oh, into the back of the gold member himself. And into a pinch there with Ernie Toff. Oh, no. And there's more spinning in the background. I think that's you, Slats.
No, I'm good. I don't know who that was.
Must have been one of the old mate's cars. Still 3 wide. All happening still. Pete Kelleher may have been involved in that somewhere as well. Just making sure he's all right. He's got himself underway. Vaughan Robinson, he's through. So KO safely got the jump. He's ahead of Justin Baxter in P3. DeWitt in 4, Schaefer. Kevin O'Neill up 3 spots. That is a great jump start for him. No, not jump start, a great start. He has done really well. Pete Kelleher's up 4. Well, Corliff up 4. Moses has done it again. What were your thoughts at this stage, Mike?
Well, I can tell you I wasn't really happy because at the start I didn't know where to go. I had a great jump. I did really well. But, yeah, it didn't turn out that way in turn 1 because there was all Constantina and cars going everywhere. So I sort of had to settle in and just go from there. But, yeah, it wasn't optimal, but it got better.
It got better?
Yeah, it got better. I mean, if everything had worked out, if the car hadn't run wide and touched Pato, and Pato just naturally had to go with it and touch me and turn me, I'd have been...
So Bruce is saying there was an incident on lap 1, pit lane penalty for cars 144 and 89. As Pete Kelleher comes over the line. Oi! That's in Kevin O'Neill in there as well. I was going to let a few guys shuffle through.
Straight on the blower to report it.
Yep. So Pato through. Corliff up 6 now. So a few boys moving forward. Rob Baxter under pressure from Tommy DeWitt. Now, of course, we opened up the fuel window earlier in the day because there was quite a few people discussing the fact that we basically only had a 2-lap envelope, so we thought we'd open the tanks up to give everybody a bit more opportunity to mix the strategy up if things happened. So a few guys jumping on the numbers.
There's something funky going on with the live timing, John.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Validator's back in third.
It's Bungus right now. Oh.
Oh, not the timing on screen, your timing link.
The timing link.
Yeah.
Should be right. You can send it again.
I've got the link. It's just flashing. It shows only KO on track for me at the moment.
No. If you're a Brazilian, there is only a KO on track, isn't there?
That's how we all felt most of the season.
There's the link there.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
It's just refreshed now. We're good.
Yep.
about that computer, please.
So we move on to lap 3. So there's a few guys fighting through. I think it's just squaring itself up now itself.
A few big movers too. Holly up 9.
Yep.
Rose up 10.
A few boys getting it. Big battle pack here in the middle. Simon Black up 10 as well.
With that pit window being open a bit more, would you take? If you caught in this, would you go early? I would. Just a thought.
Yeah, that was the idea, to give people the opportunity.
Oh.
I think he lost it himself a little bit and he's got a little bit of a
He
push.
did. Yep.
That's an ugly place to
Now
be.
you're stuck there.
Wait. Yeah, all clear. We'll go again.
Everyone done well there.
And Baxter doing well, sitting in P3. Who's going to go back? Phil Whiteman, where are you, Phil? I might have missed it. I have. So Phil involved in a little bit of an incident with David Logsdale. We'll just back ourselves up out of that one, get ourselves going again. Jump back up with our friend Mr. Baxter. Of course, got to settle in here. You got to be careful not to cook the tyres. It's a very, very tough tyre circuit, this one. Our incident on lap 3 was a pit lane penalty for car 125. It's great having RC in the chat. I don't have to look it up.
Sandy. Thanks, Bruce.
Doing double duty, is he?
I'm just looking at some of the big losers from those first opening laps. Shane Patterson's dropped 6. Ernie's down 8.
Yeah,
Brad's
Pato.
down 12. Jeff's down 17. And Vaughan, who we just saw on screen, down 19 at the end of that.
Pato under a lot of pressure from some quick guy from South Australia who calls this his home track. And no, it's
It
not
is
you,
now.
Bulldog.
I heard he was doing laps yesterday.
I drove past it at least.
Long way from home if you're out that way.
Oh, no, not really. I'm out this way now, so it's only 50 minutes down the road for me now, so pretty close.
A big gain from that first corner, isn't it? Up 16.
Yeah, a few boys have done well.
Yeah, you either get through it and win, or you don't and you lose.
Well, the idea is to try and stay out of it, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep, absolutely. A bit of a kerfuffle.
Aim for the middle of the smoke and pray.
That's all, buddy. It's all smoke and mirrors with you, Roscoe.
I was trying to run around the outside of it through turn 1, but I quit my Pato, who had been bumped into me. And it sent me going. Sorry, I had a little lock up there a minute ago to reboot. So I don't know how much of it you actually heard.
But I didn't quite see the lock up. Slat's
we've got
about to make a
3/4
movie.
of what you're saying. Yeah.
Aston
Yeah, it was
better
sort
here,
of
mate.
bumped me out and knocked me down, but I'd run around the outside and was going to roll through. I would have come out of turn 1 in 6th place, but just got touched by Pato. We both had a bit of a wobble there to get. I still ended up a number of places up, but it would have been a lot better. Some of the guys were at the start were not sure where the start finish line was, so they were on the brakes when I was on the gas. So well, I made a few spots heading up straight. Yeah, it was good. It was a good start. I enjoyed it. I thought it was actually quite good, the 2-wide rolling start. We should look at that as perhaps an option every now and again.
Mix
You
it
were
up.
in that, you were in
Yeah, why
that
not?
16 wide, were you?
Well, no, I was on the outside of it. And going into turn 1, I was on the right on the outside of it. But yeah, why not? It's good experience.
Yeah,
It's good experience. Not hard to do.
Nah.
It'd be fun if we did a roval or something.
Stewie will tell you it's not hard to do.
Yeah.
I know it's not hard to do.
Well, more so pick the track. Make sure you've got, because that's quite a nice wide track. Even though there's lots of twists and turns, right? You can still run too wide through absolutely everything there on the roll-up lap, and you come out at a big wide track. You can give it a run. I don't think it was a disadvantage.
Nah.
I don't mind it.
It's like fixed setups, Mike. It's like the other week where the fuel tank, the 40% fuel reduction didn't weigh out to the 80 litre or 50 litre tank or whatever it was. These things happen, but it's the same for everybody.
Absolutely it is.
It's a bit optimistic.
That was helpful.
I think Brad will get pinged for that one, I think.
I reckon he will.
Yeah, Pete and I were having a hell of a battle. He was quick, but you made a mistake. You got back up. And then it's like, no, you can go and I'm going to follow you, mate. Off you go.
Hang on. Someone's just joined us in the chat. How are you, Nathan? The Cadman's with us.
Welcome, Nathan.
When are you back, Caddy?
Lap 6. They definitely a tough little battle here. Hey, Friendy got Pato beside him. Pete Keller here in the mix here as well. He's going to get through. You're going to have a look here, Slats?
Let's have a look.
Of course you are.
We're going to fill the road.
There we go. Here it is. Here it is.
There we go. Going to go wide?
Ballsy to go too wide around there. Around the next lot anyway.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you crisp.
We just got shuffled down by Schaefer, so change up the front. And Nate's still working Thursday nights.
This you, mate.
Get a room, Roscoe.
I'm in one.
Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Who are we looking for? Shelton.
Oh.
Greggy, where are you, Greg? We'll go back a little bit further. Robbie Williams, Greg Shelton.
Side by side. Oh.
A little bit of outbraking. Get it back on safe. There's Sanford, who apparently my timing tower was incorrect. Nice try, Jeff. Go up the Friendy. So he's getting on.
Was he the biggest loser out of that third one, Puff?
Yeah. So Ernie's sitting at the back of this battle. Might jump on a cam. Have a look, Pete Keller here in the chat as well. Evening, Pete. All of our Brizzy boys, keep an eye out. In the off season, I'll be up in Bris Vegas. I think these guys call it that because you make it sound more impressive. And I'll be up in Brisbane, and on the Friday night, I think the 5th or 6th, something like that. I'm not sure which one. We'll organise a bit of a vets get together, so keep an eye out for that one.
That sounds good. We'll be in that.
It'll be my luck. It'll be Brisbane bloody preliminary final at home. No one will come.
No, show up. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. It's what it is.
Yeah, but I will be up that way, so just keep an eye out in the chat. I will make up a Brisbane thread. And of course, for the Novocastrians, this Friday night at the Oceana Hotel, kick off for 6:30 drinks, and we'll work out where we're going to go eat after that.
And the same thing, John. I'll be at Bathurst this year, and I'll be I'll make a couple of posts in our Discord to see if anyone wants to catch up for it at 1,000. cool to meet some people there if they're going along.
There'll definitely be a few around.
I'll actually be at the Bend in a month's time for the supercars there, and then Bathurst, and then back in Adelaide for ACDC.
AC/DC.
Right.
I'll be there all 4 days, but that's finish it off.
Well, for ACDC or?
Yeah, well, hopefully.
No, it'll be done.
Hopefully no more of them die before then.
Touch wood.
So he's touch wood.
Oh, that was a bit of touchy there from you, Daniel. Under a bit of pressure here. You got Tommy putting the wick on you.
It's a real little pack, this one.
There, back's in the middle.
Going for it.
Oh, I won't speak too loud. We've got to speak quietly around Rob at the moment.
How's that Panadol going?
How's that Gatorade, man?
I'll tell you, Rob's come along in leaps and bounds. He's actually, like from earlier seasons where he's all sort of nervous and lots of stuff, he's gaining quite a good racing head. He's building speed, but he's now getting experience and starting to build his racecraft, which is a really good thing to see. He's actually going about his racing in quite a good way.
Hmm.
Of course, a few minor adjustments to his rig has helped a lot too. It would appear for a little while that he might have been running because he didn't. I should explain. We know as men, when you get something new, you attach it because we don't need to use instructions. Rob did that with his pedals, and Pete came down for a visit and had a little chat and had a look with him, and then realised that the pedal that makes the car go and the clutch pedal might have been in the wrong location. And he may have hooked up the clutch as the accelerator for a period of time. So it's amazing how Rob's speed has come on when he's taken the accelerator and put it back on the right-hand side, and suddenly it's going very well. True story.
Oh my! I didn't think Rob was a Tassie.
I'm not going there, but I can't touch that. That's me, Kelly. Here you go. Lap 9. And doing all right.
He's going well, though.
He's doing well. Alongside Wilbo, he's working his way back forward. Got Pato behind. Wilbo up 11 spots.
No, that's okay, Rob. Happy to pass on good chats, good stories. That's what. Well, come on. Let's think about it. Right? Let's think about it. We're all over 40. We all do some funny stuff every now and again, and that's actually a great story. And in the spirit of vets, we can all have a bit of a giggle at it. Rob has a bit of a giggle at it, but
launching
funny,
must have been really
I know, right? It's cold.
But I tell you what, though, the rig would have been good if it was still NASCAR. Oh, Pete, hang on to it. Let's got Wilbo going through. Does Pato have a look here as well? Pato!
Sure
Do
does.
it for Marty, son! Pete's in the lane.
Those cones came up quick, eh?
Here we go. Slats now having a look.
Are you going to pull it up?
40 Ks is ridiculous.
That's fast, yeah.
Here we go. Pato's doing it for Marty. Come on, Pato. What would Marty do here? Probably take Slats out.
Push him a little wider.
Feed him off the track.
Racing, though.
Yeah, it's good racing, yeah.
Well, good racing.
And look at Kevin just sitting behind it, ready to jump in as soon as something happens.
Nice move, Sean.
Clean.
Thank you.
On both of you.
Of course, rumour has it Pato's up to no good next Thursday night, so everyone be careful.
Yeah, that long sweeping left there, just before you sort of either go to the international or the West Circuit, that was so much fun in the hot lap. And the instructor on board, the first few times, sort of touched the brake through it, and he's like, no, don't brake, just lift a little bit and then boot it. And that was a hell of a corner to drive in real life.
Was it said in a German accent?
No, unfortunately not. John was mentioning that before. He wasn't German, but yeah, fun corner. And it feels exactly the same in iRacing, which is cool.
Of course, those on the Supercars Instagram channel. If you saw the post of Nick Percat putting on a moustache, and then somebody down in that post has commented that they did a lap around Bathurst where the driver put on a fake German accent. Don't need to remember who that is. That is our good friend, Mr. Gunter.
Look forward to having you back.
This fella, speaking of Gunter, he's Mr. Bulldog. So Gunter's not here to drink.
Speaking of Dave, it's in the live chat just before he asked when my brother Brian would be coming to join Vets League. And so I sent the message through to Brian. I've just got a YouTube clip back from 13 years ago, Dave, of a go-kart race on Gran Turismo on the PlayStation 3 where my brother beat you. And apparently that was his crowning achievement.
Yes. It was
What
fun.
are you thinking about now, Sled? You wouldn't have too much more fuel for 5 laps, 6 laps?
Yeah, I was running the tank empty. Everyone around me seemed to be doing the same, so I figured I'd just keep going here. This is one of those tracks, because it's so open and wide, that the chance of an actual
Safety car is slim.
pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing.
The only chance you really had was maybe a downshift blow up.
It is that good looking car though, I'll give you that.
Yep. Thanks, Scott Stevens. He painted that one for us.
Yours is nice too.
Oh, Pato.
Oh, Pano.
Oh,
So it's funny. So it's funny you mentioned go-karts because I went over and saw my nephews racing the local round of the Victorian Golden Power Series, and of course my youngest nephew, he's in the thick of it, leading the class, going into the final, and he's having a bit of a run-in. Someone punted him off in Heat 3. Well, they cost him first place, ended up second because old mate punted him off, and he was absolutely frothing at the mouth about it. And I walked up to him at a quiet moment before the final, and I said, just think about what you're going to do, and just think about what Mike Corral have said to you. True story, Mike.
Serious? Hang on, what did I say to him?
Oh, I remember you gave him a little bit of excursion from Dev series.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, that's right, yes, I do remember that, yes.
So I sort of...
See, there you go. See, and who said sim racing doesn't transfer into the real world?
Yeah.
And then him and old mate, like, I'm sitting there going, I don't want to watch this. This is going to end up ugly.
Yeah.
And then him and Trent put on one of the best displays of racing I have seen in a long time. And clean.
Yep.
And he got the W as well, so it was a good result in the end.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice, there you go.
Mm.
Words of wisdom.
Where's the wisdom? What would Mike Corral have said to you at this stage?
Yeah. Well, that was a private conversation. We can't actually put that to air.
Sounds like a t-shirt for next season.
Yeah.
Still got tummy up your backside, Daniel. He's under the pump here. Sorry, Mike.
I was, yeah, well, look, Mike Stewart will still be doing the coaching for Split 3 and 4 next year, but I'll be doing words of wisdom at the end of the race.
The Jerry
lots of-
Spring. So you're going to do the Jerry Springer stint.
Jerry Springer said, "That's right," and here he is, all the way from.
That's a laugh. That was always the funniest thing, wasn't it? Like absolute chaos, and then Jerry would sit there for the last 5 minutes and go, and words of wisdom about doing this to your brother or your sister's partner.
Be kind. Be kind to your fellow neighbours.
These young kids are missing some of the good stuff, aren't they?
Oh, they do. Oh, they do. They really do. Jerry Springer was gold.
It's looking Simon
better
Black's
than-
taken an early pit stop here.
Yeah.
41 seconds, so big Phil. Big goal
Big Phil.
for him.
Yep. So what was your thoughts here, Sean? You're running around there looking at a stop. What were you thinking of doing for strategy wise?
Oh, look, I tend to just run long. It's just my feeling, because I like to have fresh tyres at the end if I need them, and so run the tank as long as I could, then fill it as much as I could, and then then play it from there. So at this stage, I was quite happy just to be where I was, and then just plod around, get down to 1 or 2 laps and pull her in.
Yeah. I was exactly the same, and I was thinking from a fill point. There are a lot of people going, "Oh yeah, fill half," all that sort of thing. I was pretty confident that my tyre wear wasn't huge. Whilst I don't have the speed of the guys up the front, my tyre wear wasn't going to make me drop that much in lap time.
Yeah.
So I actually took a really big fill, not quite to the brim, but like 120 litres, so that I'd run that middle stint long, and others were saying, "Oh, but you know your tyres will be buggered at the end of it, but you don't have to pit at the end of your fuel. You can still pit when your tyres are finished, and you still might have 20 or 30 litres left, but it makes for a shorter stop when you stop."
And you got to run a car with pressure tyres.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you can make up time, and there are guys that have, run their race, and it's exactly what you said, Sean, is you've got better tyres towards the end of the race. So if you have opportunity, it's there for you, while other guys are getting tired. So that was my thought of it too. I ran it till it was absolutely dry. I thought I'll give up a couple of places in a longer stop, but run a pretty consistent set of laps, just a little bit off what I could actually do, but still be there with a short stop at the end and jump a whole pile of people with bad tyres.
With the nature of the track too, you generally came out with no one around you too, unless obviously it was a safety car, but
Yes, yeah, but there was no likelihood of that,
definitely not.
Yeah. Geez, these two
I was
guys.
sort of doing some maths in my head as I was driving around down the main street trying to work out the fuel burn, and I figure it was around 4 litres a lap. And so then it was just a case of running the reverse, run the numbers back from the end and work how many laps there was and how much could you fill it. Oh, this is tight. Oh, jeez. Bit of space given there. Well done, Justin. We'll be stuck. Oh, who's that?
Who's that? No, I don't think it was Pato. It might have been Walden, I think. Wouldn't be Pato. There's someone a bit further back. Yeah. Might have been Pete Morris, I think.
So I do appreciate a nice round number for my fuel burn. 4 was easy to work out as opposed to 3.6 or something. Easy.
Definitely when you're on the fly.
Yeah, KO in the chat there, using too much tyre. That's all right, Kay. Just keep using it. You need to use a little bit more, mate. It's just
It might help if you only put 3 on it. Let's do that.
there you go. There's
The old Ryan Robin.
So
That's the one.
do I need to make Mazzano? You get 1 set of tyres at the start of the race, and that's it.
That's it, mate. That's the one. Yeah. KO has to use it.
That's an interesting question for possibly you, John. Has the competition course never been floated?
Yes, it was actually used going back when. I'll just get out of this because that's loud in my ear, that one. It has been used in the past. I go back to season 4. It used to be fantastic because every time Jamie McKnight would come up behind me, there'd be a competition caution. So I never really had to worry about being lapped. It was great.
We kind of moved beyond that now that the splits are all so close together.
Yeah.
Less requirement for it.
Yeah, we have. There are a few little things we've got in there. So if somebody does tow without permission, Race Control does have the authority or have the capability to say, well, that car died at that spot, and even though he towed, we still would have had to remove the car, so we can throw a flag out. That's pretty much about it. And then it's at the discretion of Race Control. And I'll just leave it at that. It's at their discretion. So if there is a call for a tow, it's at their discretion whether they throw out a safety car or not. So it's, if it's not much happening and the race is really spread and they get the opportunity just for entertainment value, they might say yes. But if old mate's gone and driven right over and parked it behind the wall, they'll probably say no. Ooh, a bit of a tap.
Oh,
Oh, this has got interesting all of a sudden. Yeah, so that's pretty much the story with that in that case. He got a little bit of damage on his nose.
Our rule book is a supercar style rule book, so we're trying to replicate that. And we have competition caution in supercars. So.
Yeah, jump on. There we go. I just want to look at Justin's nose if I can. Right, no, it doesn't look like it's damaged.
Just a rub.
Clinton, no, he's there. But in saying that, they did do a lot in NASCAR, and it can get quite tedious.
Hmm.
Yeah, they've kind of formalised it a bit now with the stage racing. But yeah, NASCAR it's one of those leagues that'll throw a caution for anything on track just to spice it up. So
Yeah, 10 to go or something like that.
yeah, this is a bit tight.
We're very tight back
Who
here.
else we got here? There's Dave.
Anita, Ash Hall, Baldock,
Yeah.
Ernie Toth, Morton Robinson at the back of it. And just in front, it's Baldock, of course.
Me personally, I'd get out the road and not throwing it, even though the amount of times I've been in the car driving around by myself, go fuck it. Sorry. Man, I could go for a caution right now. Let the car right there. But yeah.
Yeah, you got to just basically... You just got to weigh it up. I mean, it's never an easy decision, is it, Mike?
Up again.
There's a moment. Yeah, it's never an easy decision throwing a safety car out there. You know, and it also depends on your safety car driver you've got and how quick they can jump on it and make it work.
They haven't blown the motor up.
Yeah. I believe that happened on Monday night. Rob.
When the safety car motor up.
Just leave it idling in the pit lane without any air going through it and kapoosh.
Yeah, he's one on that checklist that we usually do in the Pro Series when Michael Schreier comes back in the lane. It's like, if you turn the engine off, remind him. Like there was one of our Bathursts where he didn't and the engine blew and some other muppet had to jump in the car and go for a drive.
A couple more pitters. Jeff Eddy's in, Shane Patterson, Tim Hall and Darren Walden.
Yeah, there's a few of the boys a bit further down going in.
Where are we for the first stop? Is it Daniel?
First stop at the moment's Jeff.
Yeah, Daniel's in as well.
Yep.
He's in the lane. Of course, 40 kilometre an hour lane in here, so that was an absolute shocker.
I felt so slow. And then the cars you just hear them going past you. Woof, 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 woof. Like, oh God, come on.
Come on, Rob, don't get in the way of a good story. Of course, over 40's on again this Monday night. Make sure you check it out. Down to the last two rounds.
Rumour has it you're cooking up something for us, John.
Oh, yeah, I'll make something happen.
One tyre. bearable weather.
Oh,
He could
yeah,
be-
you gotta be driving a unicycle. Oh, here we go. Big move. Big move. Does he get it done? Does he get it
Is he gonna
done?
hold? He's gonna hold
Side
it.
by
Liz?
side. Oh, no. He's going to come back under. No. Tell you what, you're making him use those tyres up, Justin. Yes, I do need an RC because Pete Baxter will be away this week.
We,
Oh, he's got him here.
yeah, bit of a wobble.
Bit of a wobble. This is the open.
This will be
Doors
done.
open. Or not.
Oh, hell of a
Good
run.
exit. Good exit.
Mm.
And go back to the right.
Open the door up. Open the door up.
Oop, oop.
Let me just back over here.
Justin must be getting excited now because it's always nice to see the drivers drive defensively because you know that they're aware of you and starting to get worried.
Let's see how much tire he's saved.
Oh,
Let's you in the pit. Up.
yeah, that'll be it. So I think I went with one extra to go, so everyone else will have to come in now.
Yeah.
It's about the end of the tank.
19's where she dries up. Fav with the big comment. 2/3 of the race still to go here. Got to be patient. And sit behind, save fuel. Probably a good strategy. And save yourself 5 litres, 6 litres. You might get the jump through the pit stop stage.
Try and get him to push his gear too. The worst corner on this
Oh,
track.
he's got that
Oh,
one.
here we go.
He's done the David Baldock corner and again done another David Baldock corner. And he's in the lane. Smart move.
Had enough of that.
Justin done well to save some fuel here. It's the bonus point.
I missed that. That did not show up in SDK, Jeff. You are a lucky, lucky boy. It's Toby the Wit, Rob Baxter into the lane as well. We're going to go down Mr. Robinson. He's in a bit of a battle. He's got an Eater in front, the Schaefer behind. All happening.
Oh no!
You don't want
That was not what I was expecting to see, but anyway, going forward, back on track. Still moving forward. Everybody's happy. Mr.
That's
Keller.
unfortunate for Vaughan. You see him sort of get into a slight tank slapper there, and they got nowhere to go for Daniel.
She happens.
Yeah, here comes all the other pitters.
Yep. So Baxter, O'Neill, Coraliff, Friendy, Rob, Williams in there as well.
Doug right off 8. Is it 18? Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dougie, he hasn't stopped yet. Darren Freer hasn't stopped. He's up 18 as well. Another one racing out of the W2 Motorsport stable under the tutelage of the great Will Wilson. There's Woodsy into the lane. What does Holly do?
Comment here. Coughed going down pit lane.
That's a bit of confidence there, isn't it? If it's Coffin going down pit lane.
Yep. Hit the numbers. Perfect. Spot on.
You don't hit the numbers, but you're sitting on a set of jewels that are bloody huge.
And he's in the lane.
Can't be in the back seat.
So I'm going to assume Dougie's going to go in the lane as well. One of the old mates and sons. So Baldock must have just pitted because my dash is flashing. Huge thank you to Mr. Baldock. It's his replay we're using tonight. So
Oh, lovely. Thanks, Dave.
yeah, just do it again next week.
Where's 1 and 2 going to pop?
Is that why the pit man looks like he's a little bit drunk?
Yeah.
Now I'm a bit drunk.
He looks like a Rasta from Jamaica, man.
And lives in South Australia. Yeah,
All right, so the remaining are in now. Dave's in, Doug's in, Anita's in.
Tommy DeWitt.
Will be everyone.
Let's have a look at the pit stop times because Tommy DeWitt has moved into third. So, so check the pit times on the screen so we can see. KO was 40 seconds. Tommy DeWitt 38.3. Justin Wood 54. I think he gave it a full drink. Chafes was 40. Baxter 41. Holly 53. That's a full drink as well, I think. 51 for Mike. He said it was close to a full drink. I think someone flicked the top off and took a swig out first, Mike. 53 for Holly. 36 for Rose. 36 for Eddie. 32, 33, 52 for Slats. 41, 52 for O'Neill. 50 for Pats. So a few mixed up numbers in there at the moment. So that will be interesting when it plays out in about 20 laps time.
I reckon that might have been Rob Baxter who took a little bit of Mike's spill.
A little bit of each of the short shifter hills.
You're just cracking full of ideas there, aren't you? That Baxter would be
Tommy's having a look here.
taking a swig.
No, he thought better of it. Oh, he's gone wide.
Yeah.
What's that? Darren behind. Yes.
Yeah, Darren Freo.
It's past Tommy.
Darren's still got a pit, so this is a great effort to go 21 laps.
Even well done.
Hang on, how's he doing that?
That's God.
How is
Is
he
an
doing
extra
that?
tank in that car or something or what?
No
Yeah,
idea he's
drop
doing
tank.
that.
I'll be checking the roll cage to see if
Got
there's
a
any
hybrid or
hollow,
something?
hollow bloody Texas carrying a bit extra fuel in it.
He's in
Now
now.
he's in.
God, he'd have to be.
It's 2 laps over the 2 laps over the numbers I've got in front of me, so that's a fair effort. There we go. Kevin O'Neill's stream deck died.
Bugger.
Have you got it going through a powered USB hub, Kevin? They tell me that is the key. That's why I've got one sitting there.
Yep.
You run your stream deck through the powered USB hub, along with most of your other peripherals, except for your wheel. And then, yeah, don't drink and drive on a vet's night. Posts may be another story.
Wow. Another cracking idea from Rob, eh?
Well, one of the greatest posts that came out today was somebody saying that we don't race for sheep stations in Split 4.
Oh.
Well, let me correct that.
Yeah.
Mr. Baldock races for sheepdog in Split 4. So don't drink and drive on a vet's night. Yeah, good luck, Mr. Baldock. God bless him.
Yeah, Justin Wood saying he had enough pace to carry him through in the lane as it coughed going there. That's pretty darn amazing.
Big kahunas, like you said.
It's a big gamble, isn't it? It's a really big gamble. But it came off. So,
He could be a stat man.
Let's go. Ashley Hall, we haven't had a look. Let's go look at some of the older guys a bit further back. So role models, Ashley Hall, he's doing all right. He's up 9 spots in 28th. Another one of the improvers of our rookies. We might have a look at a few of our other rookies. We've got a bit further back. Pete Morris, driving for Fishy. For those who don't know, Pete's had some health issues as well. Driving in a bit of pain. Oh, had a backup as well. So, but no, loves what we're doing here and rocks up every week and still has a go.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Racing with the Fishy boys. So I'm sure plenty of humour in the background as well to keep his mind busy.
Yep.
And look, Sando, he's back 24 spots. This is a bloke running up near the top 5. This is a big championship round here. This could have consequences to play out when we get to promotion and relegation. Philip Marsh, the man who holds the title as the V8 Vets quickest over 70s driver. He's absolutely flying out there as well. Tough night. These longer races are harder for the older boys. You know, the body's got to stand up as well. I know Phil's had a few knee issues over the journey. Brad Grant's still running around. Ashley Hall, we've mentioned. Vaughan Robinson, he's back in 27th. Anita Buckland. I'll tell you what, if you get rid of Gary, I reckon she'd be quicker. Just putting it out there. Okay, Gary racing next to us, just a distraction. I'll be in trouble for that later, don't worry. I won't be racing US Fridge tomorrow night now. Darren Freer. So, for those who don't know, Darren is got a son, Tom. Tom, you know Mike, very, very quick driver. Darren from the Riverina. Yep. So these boys racing from country New South Wales. So good country lad and having an absolute crack, having an absolute dip. And I've spoken to Tom, and I know Tom's pretty chuffed with what Dad's been up to. Tim Hall, another one of the Player One lads. He's having a real crack out here as well. Great to see Timmy still going. He's improved a lot this season. Has been improving over the last couple. I know that Neil Waters and the lads, they work pretty hard together and doing really well. This bloke, yeah, we all know him. And he's off Corkscrew Racing, another one of the rookies, come to us from GT3. And got excited about the Gen 3 car, absolutely mastered it. That's Greg Shelton in the background there, we'll get to him. Anthony Rivet, another one of our rookies, member of the SLS group, so races with the likes of Steve Lenyon. So I know he's been getting plenty of coaching from those guys, and we're seeing Anthony improve week from week. Robbie Williams. No, it's not the Robbie Williams, it's Rob Williams. I've got Team Hexter there, but he's actually Player One. I must fix that up. Another one of our rookies. Doing well, having a cracking drive. He's where he started. Braden O'Loughlin. Another one from over the ditch, just for you, Roscoe. And Braden having a cracking drive as well. Gwen Wilbo. Another one from up on the central mid-north New South Wales coast. Wilbo doing really well. Of course, Wilbo races in the same team as Daniel Schaefer. So these lads absolutely having another crack at it. Pete Kelleher, the Synergy Sim Racing brother-in-law of our current Split 1 champion. Pete, absolutely. He comes to race. It is serious, and Pete works hard at it. Oh, mate, it's hard driving in the shadow of your brother-in-law, but Pete, you're better than him. We know that.
Well, that's not really fair. I mean, Ross has lost a lot of weight, so he's not really driving in his shadow anymore, really, isn't he?
Nah, true.
No, it's not fair. It's fair. Fair call.
This bloke, one of the funniest 60-year-old blokes I know, Marty the Chick Magnet. I can remember going and having brunch at Beachcombers at Forster, sorry. And Pato's gone inside to fix up our order, and I'm sitting outside with Marty, and all the women just stopped and wanted to talk to me because of Marty. He is an absolutely good-looking dude, Marty. That's all I'm going to say there. I'll be in trouble for that next Thursday night. Kevin O'Neill. So this is KO's teammate from We Race. These guys are having an absolute cracking season. Kevin has improved out of sight. Really impressed. I'm going to let you talk up the next bloke, Mike. Simon Black.
Well, look, now I've got to say, Simon's done a great job, but he doesn't get a chance. He does a lot of rallying and that stuff, but he hasn't been much in the V8 lately. He's doing a good job, but we've probably re-nicknamed him Chaco Perez. So we're going to go with Yuki. We're going to go with Yuki Tsunoda, but Simon's 6'6", so he's a bit too tall for that.
Guys, he's 6'6".
Yeah, he's about 6'4". Yeah. He's a tall lad. He's a tall lad. He doesn't have shoes. He has paddles.
Of course, I feel really bad because, like, I've gone to Melbourne and caught up with boys. I've gone and caught up the lads. Newcastle. I've been around, caught up with lads everywhere, and of course, Simon's in my backyard. So I really must go up the valley. I really must go up the valley. Really must go up the valley and catch up with him for lunch one day.
I've talked to him about that. He promised he wasn't going to do that anymore.
Dougie, you're right. Of course, old mates and sons, Dougie, absolutely fun bloke. Got beaten from pillar to post by Baldock the other week. Hence he's sort of up 9 spots now. He's in front of Baldock. He's worked out if you stay in front of him, you don't get collected by him. Good work, Dougie. Doing really well. Sean Slater, up 18 points. This bloke. What can I say about this bloke? Absolutely one of the best hot shoes I know. Comes in late.
He'll be a arrive and drive, isn't he?
Yeah, life gets in the way. Lap 1 of quali is practice. Lap 2 is bedding down the track. Lap 3 is setting a time, and then we race.
That's the way to do it.
And we race hard.
That's the way to do it.
What annoys me is he's had a win this year too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'll still never forget.
Yeah, thank you, Long Beach VR. Yep, thank you. Moving along, Jeff Eddy.
I didn't even get to it. Jeff Eddy. Now I love all the people that come in and talk to me. This bloke, one morning, I'll say morning because it's morning to him, at like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, jumped in, had a chat to us on the broadcast. Absolutely love Jeff. Races course from Akron in New York, which is upstate New York. So upstate, it's next to Buffalo. Him and Stacey Boyd live like 30 k's from each other. We've got 2 Americans in our league, plus Lester Craig now in China. But these 2 guys live within 30 k's of each other. They're both racing in our V8 Vets League. Jeff comes from a fairly big motorsport background, and he's a Harley Davidson salesman. And he puts... This broadcast goes live, well, not live, so this broadcast gets replayed on a Saturday morning in the Harley Davidson showroom. And that's why we've got the saying now, your wife said you can buy it with all the accessories. So if you are watching, great stuff, Jeff. We love the fact, mate, that you get up at an ungodly hour and come racing with us. Really appreciate it. And it's absolute V8 Vets folklore legend, mate. Dave Holly is the next one. He's been running around with Player One for a few seasons now. Dave is greatly improving. He's always knocking on the door of the top 10, doing really, really well, and definitely, greatly improving. This bloke, Craig Rose, he's another one. This season he has gone above and beyond. Craig has been a rear tail gun battler for a fair while. I think this might be about his 5th or 6th season, I think. But Rosie's starting to really make some ground this season, and it's been fantastic to watch. He's running in 9th at the moment.
Breakout season for Craig. Breakout
Yeah.
season. Looking forward to see what he does next season.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely working very hard. Friendy, this bloke, he sets some cracking lap times to good quality. Doesn't quite convert them over yet, but he's starting to get more and more consistent. It's usually himself falling off that gets him in trouble. But this guy has absolutely done really, really well, and really impressed with how he's improving. Another one of the old mates and sons guys. what do I say here?
This bozo.
this bozo has been around iRacing longer than I have been born.
Pretty sure it was black and white when it started, wasn't it, Mike?
Well, it was actually. It was. Yeah, we had spoked wheels.
I've been lucky enough to work with Mike. I've been lucky enough to sit on the other side as a team owner with a driver with Mike, but as we talked about before, I've been lucky enough though to work with Mike in the Pro Series for the last 3 seasons. Mike, and seen what he's done in OSR and OSR Dev and the rest of it as well in my own journey with iRacing. But Mike, absolute freaking legend in the Australian iRacing scene and sim racing scene. And to see you actually now sit behind a wheel and drive and have fun and laugh and even come in with us now and laugh, which is even more scarier, mate. Absolutely sensational.
Thank you,
it.
You're very cool.
Love it.
Yeah, here, Mike. Well done.
This bloke here, Rob Baxter, he's been living in some big shadow. I wouldn't say big shadow, but he's been living on the coattails of his brother. But he has stepped out this season and has really gone to the next level as well. And always up for a laugh, always takes a joke as well, gives a few out, likes his blue flags, but he's a top bloke. He's a cracking bloke. He's a cracking fella. Anyway, he is doing really well here. Daniel Schaefer, he is the best boat driver I've seen in this league. I don't think we have a better boat driver and a better boat engine builder. So great to see him doing well. I'll be having a beer with him next Friday night, so I might get some boating ideas. Tommy DeWitt, I'll tell you what, if you get close enough to the back of his car, and the sticker on the back, the bumper sticker says he'd rather be driving a Titleist. This guy apparently can hit a golf ball, according to Troy Stone Street.
He was angry that day, my friends.
Apparently he can hit a golf ball, but that's about all he's good for. Tommy, absolutely cracking, but he has worked really hard this season, and I think sitting here in P3, the results have really shown through. Justin Woods, now racing with Infinity, was racing with, of course, the Galley brothers. I think related to them, I can't quite remember the connection. I think he might be the nephew or a cousin. Justin absolutely come down from split 3 last season back to us to split 4. Has come with purpose, which is what we ask for the guys when they come back. He has come with purpose, and he has absolutely done really well, getting a race win, been unlucky with some gear failure as well, which has hurt his racing, but he is absolutely doing really well here. And everybody loves a Brazilian driver. There's just something about it, isn't it? Every race is Carnival, and KA's just done so well. I've just been, like, he showed some signs last season that he was going to be quick if he could put it all together. And he has done the work, he has done the time, and has absolutely stepped it up to the next level. So hats off to him. And I think I've got most of the field. If I've missed Joe, I apologise. David Logsdale, I'll come back a bit further. I think I missed Dave. Dave, of course, he is the father of Dean Logsdale, which is a cracking effort. Another one of our over 70s drivers. And, you know, David gives it a crack. He's improving as well. It's pretty scary when you sort of come back into these guys towards the end, you know, and you see the improvement that we've been seeing out of those guys. So the league is really in a good spot when we start sort of having a look at how these guys are all racing. So anyway, thought I'd take the time tonight, because being a long race, we've got the ability to and the time to go back, make sure everyone gets a bit of airtime, and I just wanted to touch on all the guys in split 4, because I know I love racing against you all. And no, as someone said, we're not racing for sheep stations except for Bulldog, because he's racing for Sheepdog. Hang on to it, Dougie. But it is absolutely good fun, and I know we all give it a crack. And yeah, I just thought I'd share that.
I think
I
What a
miss-
great field.
I
What
miss
a great
Darren.
field.
I don't think
I
Darren.
think Dougie's
Oh, something's wrong there.
Darren's not on track. That's why I miss Darren. And I don't think Tim's out there either. Tim Vermey's not out there. So there's a few guys missing. I know some Muppets missing. And you don't want to hear what I'd say about him.
What could you say about him? Yeah.
Well, apparently he's like touching all the field.
The Angels wrote a song about him, apparently.
Are we ever going to see your face again?
Slightly off topic, but on topic. I saw an hilarious clip the other day of David Hasselhoff coming to Australia in like the 90s, and he sung that Angels song. And I don't think he knew what was coming back. The face when when the crowd gave him it back. He, if you want to laugh after the race, look it up because it's hilarious.
That's gold.
Yes.
That is
Was not
gold.
expecting that.
Yeah, just to revisit something that come up last week when Mr. Bulldog joined the broadcast. Apparently, I was the one that gave him an invite to come to Vets. Now, I have done some research into this, and I wasn't the one who took that picture or made that for the Facebook page that I was posting it on. Back in the early days, Tom Freer was setting up those pictures and information for you guys to come and check out what was happening in the vet. So it was Tom Freer who took the picture. So Dave Bulldog, blame Tom. Not
Tom
me.
Freer.
Tom
Wow.
Freer, yeah. Tom
Oh.
Freer used to help me out with that.
Well, that's a bit embarrassing because we thought it was you, and we've sent you some really nasty letters in the mail. They should be good. No, just ignore those when you see them, Mark. It was all in good jest, all right?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, Tom was a good help. He just contacted me one day and said, I'll put up some things for you, and
There you go.
Scott Gamble rolling out some of the famous lines from the Liam Nelson movie Taken. Apparently they're not going to let go of Darren Vermey. They're asking for a ransom. Of course, Darren accidentally entered Split 1 last night.
Did I read that he did 25 laps of the race?
I didn't get that. I didn't read that far.
Oh,
So it's one way to get a promotion is go and just dominate Split 1. Just jump in and do it.
I don't want to know. The funny, but he's in the server here. Like I've got him down as minus 2.94 laps. I remember we had that issue at the start, so he was obviously in the server at some stage.
well,
Yeah.
it's probably okay now because it would appear that there's a spare seat in there anyway. So, you never know.
Next question.
Roger that. So, how them Broncos?
Oh, look at Simon Black. He's under pressure from Pete Kelleher.
Oh, that pink car, I tell you, when you see that in the mirror, you just know he's coming. Like,
Oh,
Pete is so
don't you?
quick at the moment, and you just see it come up, and you're like, all right. And he goes too, and he's a good passer.
See, I remember.
You can't break Mr. Bright Pink.
See, there's an old story there because Hobbo does the paints. Oh, big move here. Hobbo does the paints for Synergy, and I had to work with Hobbo to get Pete a paint because Pete didn't really have a team paint. So he got on the Hobbo, and Hobbo got me the PSD file, and I did a team paint for him, and away we went. And stuck a Gunner's hair sticker on it, and away we went. And so we did Pete in a pink car, and then all of a sudden he started getting team paints, and he went away from the pink car. And when he went away from the pink car, Pete was in everything. He got cleaned up. He was at the back of the field. It was just absolutely diabolical. And I was like,
The original was the pink golf ball, wasn't it?
yeah,
The original one.
pink golf ball. Yep. And then it was like, Pete, have you thought about going back to a pink car? Goes back to a pink car, split 3, doing really well. It's like, okay, there's your answer.
And that's it.
There you go. That's why he runs a pink car. Fair enough.
Yep.
That's a good story. That's a cracker. I like that.
Well, I'm full of them. Been around long enough, seen it all.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Here's a question for the group. I noticed last night that the visor on my helmet was now see-through and there's a face behind it. Is that new?
No, that'll be...
Yes, it's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I just haven't looked in the rear then, I guess. Because I looked at it last night. I was like, oh, Jesus,
Well,
there's a face inside that now.
Hang on, gyro. I think I've pushed it back a little bit. But Simon's in the Ford. Let's go to Kevin. Yeah, I pushed it back just a fraction. Last season I had it forward just a little bit more. And if the head tilted, I was seeing inside the visor and you'd see the head.
Right. Okay. It caught me off guard. I looked up the mirror. I was like, oh, geez, I'm looking at myself. It's weird.
Yeah, it scared the hell out of me the day when I was playing around with the cameras, moving them sideways, up and down and around.
So we're just past halfway here. Lap 34 now, 61.
See, Kevin. All right, which one of these boys is game enough to talk a lap?
It's a slats one, I reckon.
What's that?
Okay. Let me top up my drink first. Here we go.
Yeah. I think KA's a few corners away, so we'll be
Lovely.
right. And of course, the track is so new, SDK doesn't have a track map. Which makes it a bit harder. What are we, lap 34? Yep, we can talk a lap now.
Alrighty, where is he on track?
Wow, Kevin O'Neill learns a lot watching Pete Kelleher or me on replays. I don't know whether that's such a good idea. You should do that, Kevin. I don't know it's the best role model that you can have, but good, thank you. Well done.
I'm trying to look at your stats.
I'm not giving them away. I'm not giving them away.
Sean back.
All right.
All
So
right,
it's KA's going to start.
KA,
Yeah, I'm ready.
yeah.
I've got my drink top up and good to
There
go.
you
So pulling onto the main straight. I think that was the third for most. I don't know if anyone was going through the fourth, but fourth, fifth, sixth. 260. I think we're heading down the main straight here, looking for your brake marker on the left, wherever that might be, just past there. Back down. I was pulling second here. I'm not sure where everyone else was going through. Stay wide. When I did my hot lap here, this was interesting because the instructor was actually telling you to aim at the center of the road here and pull the late apex to straighten the car so you could get as much power down as quick as possible to try, as opposed to hugging that corner. And this was the fun corner I was talking about before. Flowing it through, let off, but don't brake, and just hold it, and then as soon as you're through it, hit the gas. Looking for your brake marker again, back to second. This corner, pull it in tight, and then it's the way. And then back onto the power, start pulling gears. Now this is a bit of fun because this is the part of the track I didn't know that well, so I was learning as I went last night. Out, inside to outside to inside to outside is the technique. So outside to inside, back out to the outside, back into the inside. I was pulling third there just to get myself a little bit more grip. Third through all of this, and then back to second over here for me. Okay, it's probably in fifth, but anyway, we'll go see how we go. Go wide here, pick up as many cones as you can, boot it. All the way up, and again back from fifth to third up through this corner. That's how I was doing it, and nice tight apex. Yep, run it wide, and then it's a bit loose there, but then hit the brakes, pull it in tight. Now this is another fun corner. The instructor was he's gone really wide, but you actually go wide there again and pull that corner out to straighten it, because if you pull it too tight, you'll end up trying to wiggle through it. We can actually get more speed going wider. Keep it flat to the floor down here, and then at the braking marker about 150 I think it is, back to second. That's how I was doing it. Pull it in tight. Now that's a nightmare of a corner, and I could never get it right all night. Pulling up to the last corner here, back into there, buzz it on third, come through the corner, get the gas down, pull fourth, fifth, sixth, and that's a lap of the bend.
Well done.
Great work, Sean.
Well done.
Great driving, KA.
Yeah, that's how you do it. I'm glad that wasn't my life. Opposite lock here, slideways here, opposite lock here.
All I'm going to say in the chat, I'm going to say, Rushy, is you might need an umbrella to keep the sun off. Let him be cryptic with that one. So lap 36, so we're past the halfway at last. Absolute battle and a half. So let's check.
Yeah, so some of our shorter stoppers will need to be starting to look at their second stop soon, won't they?
Yeah.
See Darren's just jumped in.
The KO, Schaefer. Walden's in there, yep. 38 seconds. So it's a tough lane to get into. Of course, Mr. Sanford was telling us that earlier, that it is just impossible to drive in. Good little battle here. Not too many around the track. We'll stay on this one for a minute.
Dave and I had fun all night. He was either in front of me and I was chasing him, or I was in front of him and he was chasing me, and then we'd go into the pits, we'd lose each other for a few laps during the pit, and then we'd come out of the pit and we'd be there again. And we had a hell of a run last night.
Yeah, Dave's actually a really good guy. He's
And
come
it's
along
about,
quite well.
yeah. and anyone that had a blue flag last night, God, everyone did a great job of getting out of the way.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I didn't have too many troubles with flat traffic. Everyone was actually very, like, you knew you were coming up behind them, but everyone was running at a pace where you didn't sort of just launch onto their tail. So they knew you were coming. They tended to move over, and I only had 2 instances where guys raced me for corners, but they're probably a little bit less experienced drivers.
Ooh, beats in.
Yeah, that's it. Every single time you go make a move, if you make a mistake, Pete's going to capitalise every time. But no, at this point, I actually called in Dave for blocking because I sort of felt that he was running an interesting line compared to where I was. And then I was watching Pete here, and ultimately Dave was cleared of it. And I went back to look afterwards. He was taking a couple of corners differently to how I was expecting him to. But then Pete sort of starts working him here. I'm kind of watching it on how we went. Yeah, he's doing a good. This was the corner in particular. So how he's driving up the inside. I was like, that's it. Because that's a strange line. But then he sort of cost him in the end because he went wide. So it was the end of that. And then I thought, I'll take a big shot at this as well. But again, such great respect from driving. Lots of space given. Side by side for multiple corners in a row. It's good fun. And then Pete goes, it's wide. Oi!
Oh, hang on to it.
3 handfuls of wheel spin. And off we go. Now there's me calling it a knee.
So if you're going to call someone out as per the books for blue flags, how long is it that they'll be behind you before they can call it out as you're in the way?
It's very technical. Let's give me half a second and I'll go right to it. So basically, the first thing you need to be is 0.8 of a second behind. So you've got to remember that aspect of it. And then there is a little bit of a grey area, which is what you'd expect. So basically, as soon as a car is caught by another car which is about to be lapped, the driver must allow the faster driver to pass at the first possible opportunity. The driver lapped will be shown a blue flag by iRacing when the faster car is 1.5 seconds behind. When the interval between the two drivers is under 0.8 seconds, the driver being lapped is to provide an opportunity within the following lap at the first opportunity. So any driver who appears to ignore the blue flags may be reported to the race control, and a penalty may be applied where the driver being lapped is deemed to have impeded the progress of the lapping driver. So just to note, the driver who is being impeded must call in the race control for that to happen.
So you wouldn't expect someone calling in about half a lap.
Sit on your ass, no.
Yeah, I guess it's open to some interpretation about when is first opportunity after that 0.8 seconds.
Yeah.
I do
But
hope
you've got a lap
Kiddis-
for that opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, I do hope, Alex Kiddis, that you were listening to that. I didn't really appreciate that call out last night. I was trying to. So maybe Uncle Quaney can read you the
So,
Now.
and there's other things you got to consider as well too when you're coming up to lapping traffic. You know, if you've got two guys in front of you having a cracking battle, and you're running by yourself, you know, there's going to be a little bit of a focus on that cracking battle in front of you. They're not going to be focusing on the guy behind.
Yeah. A little later in the race, that pops up here.
Yeah. And then even later in the race, like I was watching a cracking battle at the end of this race because I did get to see the last few laps. And then what you have is, you know, KO actually sat behind and watched. You know, and I can remember a race when Stoney was in split 3. I can't remember who I was battling with, but it was a cracking battle.
I'm going to jump down to Anita, Dave and Vaughan while we're chatting on this.
Yep. Speaking of the Muppet. Oh, here we go. Vaughan's having a look. Yeah, and I can remember Stoney was getting 0.8 behind me, and it's like Stoney just comes on the radio and goes, "I'm loving watching this battle. Don't worry about me." So you just got horses for courses, and same thing for the driver being lapped. You know, if you're looking in your relative and you see, you know, P1 and P2 with half a second between them coming up behind you with 2 laps to go, then yeah, you probably want to think about rolling out of the way like Dave Baldock just did on Rob Baxter.
Because that's the race. Yeah. You're gonna impede
the race, and that's the way I do it, you know. And I'm back racing in a league on Tuesday nights where I've got James Scott and Rehan running, and you know, they come up behind you, you just move out of the way, you know. And even James came around the corner here at the hairpin at turn 6, and James is facing the other way, you know, and 4 or 5 laps later, here comes James behind me. So it's like, let's get out of the way. It's no point trying to block him for position.
No, jump in behind, see if you can't follow him and get some speed out of it.
Yeah, the old pick your battles.
And the call out came at the back end, at the back of the lap there, where Dave come through there. And it wasn't an easy place to just step offline, and you know, you were committed to a line, and you stepped offline. You were going to end up in the weeds or coming back on and wiping somebody out. So, yeah,
not so much pass of the century, Baxter. I hope you call blue flags on him first. Let's go up. Anita's in the line. She's first, one of the early ones to go in. Rob Baxter's going in as well. That's an early roll of the dice. He's number 17. Don't roll out of the way for you. I roll out. I get out of the way. It's the Pacific Esports driver I'm thinking of that flashes their lights at me. I'm not getting out of your way. You flash your lights, I don't get out of your way. Simple as that. I'm too busy having an epileptic fit.
I just responding to Justin in chat there. No, you were fine, mate. You were fast and we still had time, so I let you get right up to my tail, and then I just let you go off the main straight, and it didn't cost me any time, so don't stress.
Mike?
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
How much cracking did Baxter actually have last night?
It's hard to tell because we didn't actually hear it, but he was just before he got off, he was a gibbering numbskull and he got the hiccups. he was just going nuts with the hiccup. Phil and I was sitting there going, "What the hell was that?" And then he was gone. So, we don't really know. But he had a bit, I reckon.
Yeah, he stopped flashing the lights. I'll stop holding you up, Steve. Just going back to in the comments here, Dave was a gentleman. There's a lot of cracking in that.
Yeah, well, he
Call
might
him
be
in
on
the
it
morning.
tonight
What's
too.
going on?
He might still be on it.
You're the dog in it.
Who knows? Who knows, John? It's hard to tell.
It is. He's a Baxter.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. We're going to learn about the other one too. He's coming to the Bathurst 12 hour with us this coming year, or next year.
Nice.
So, yeah, Pete will be up there with us.
Well, bring the rum dog.
Yeah. Maybe you should put his nickname in the league as the Rum Lord.
The rum lord. Yeah, we should.
Pete Kraken Baxter, the Rum Lord. Oh no, sorry, Rob Baxter, the Rum Lord. What's off wide?
That's off wide. Darren Freer.
Sean, how many times do you reckon between us we ran wide there? That was such a hard corner to get right.
That might be the hardest corner on the track, and it's a real hard one in real life. So it was, yeah.
It sucks you in, doesn't it? It just sucks you in to enter it too quick, and at the exit you've got no front end, and you're running out wide, thinking, oh my god, or you're waiting to stab the throttle to drive the thing down to the next corner.
Yeah. But realistic, I can tell you that after 8 laps.
Yep.
We've only got about 2 of them right.
And I don't know what other people thought here, but in the race itself, I mean, you watch the Bend from a viewer's perspective of watching it on TV, and you think, what an absolutely boring, twisty-turny little nothing circuit. It's horrible. And from the moment I actually downloaded it and started driving, and I thought, hang on, this is actually quite a good track. I know a lot of people won't agree, and that's fine. But I found it to be quite a challenging track, and with the undulations were a lot more than what you see on TV because it's compressed. And I found it a great track to have, and had a lot of fun driving. It's bloody hard.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a driver's track. Absolutely been designed that way by Sam and co.
Yeah.
But and the facilities as a spectator are getting better. I'll be there in another month. They've actually got grandstands, permanent stands, no more hot dogs and bits and pieces. Hot dog stand too. What do we got? What are you laughing at, John?
Oh, it's Scott Campbell. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to laugh.
Here we go. Damien making a move here on Dave. Oh, nicely done.
Rectified that this week, Scott.
And how good is it just to have another Australian track?
Actually,
every time they come.
I will come out and say something though. I will say it is great having Rob and Ed and Kevin jumping in, helping out with the over 40s commentary. It's a bit of a love broadcast, and getting a few new guys in, and Rob thought he'd be the hard-hitting journalist, and yeah, probably went in a little bit too hard. But yeah, it was great to see those boys absolutely having a crack. So I can't rip on them too much. But yeah, it was good fun being back with Ed again. Ed and I used to do a lot of these split 3 broadcasters, KOs in the lane. But yeah, there's a few new faces and a few new names involved, which is pretty cool. So yeah, don't get too discouraged, Rob. And yeah, Scotty, he was just trying to do the best he could. Forgot that it was vets and not a current affair.
Maybe he had some cracking that night too.
Could have.
Well, he was just having a crack.
Why did Andrew beat you, Scott? Oh, I'm not going there, Nath. Of course, the bit of a trial this year. I think someone's asked me if we're doing over 70s again. Probably not until next year, and it'll be a thought process going into that if we do it. But yeah, the age championships this year was just something a bit different. We thought we'd try, and I do believe Bruce is cooking up some GT3 racing, which will just be, I think, just some loose stuff with no broadcast and no RC at the moment, just as a early week filler to give guys something a bit different to do. So I think we do have a few changes and a few things different in the wings to, as Blanchard said today in the chat, in the feedback, stop people from doing hot lapping all the time. So yeah, we've got a few things in place that we're trying to work on and go from there. So,
Keep people entertained. through
yeah,
the week.
yeah. Instead of just top lapping, yeah. So we are working on a few things, and that's what the Ace Championships were about as well. Was creating a racing environment. Like me personally, I'd rather see people racing than just doing practice all night every night. You get out, you do laps with cars around you. You learn a lot more than what you do going out and doing laps by yourself, going bang, 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 bang. Like you go out, do a hot lap, go back, reset. But the problem is you're not learning how the tyres are going to handle, how the fuel load's going to wash off, and how it all affects itself. So just, the racing's probably a good thing to work out what happens to the car during an event. So just keep an eye out for those things. There are some changes. Season, you ready for this one, Mark? Season 25, the quarter of a century,
Unreal. Yeah.
will be kicking off at the last week of September. So we've got the long break coming up. We've had three short breaks. So I know from my perspective, an extra week off will be lovely. By the end of the weekend, there will be sup-regs for Vets, sup-regs for Pro Series, sup-regs for GT Series, and I will set up the rules, the draft rule book, which has to be finalised through the committee, but so I'll set up a draft rule book for Season 25. I will set up the service and everything for Season 25, and hopefully by the end of the weekend, we'll have entries out for Season 25. So make sure you jump on that pretty early, get in. I know there is 15 on the wait list as well, so they are lining up, and we really need everybody to get in early so that we make sure you secure your spot. Split One boys don't get that message very well, so I will be probably asking Greg to make sure he reiterates that next round. The other one is we are losing some race control members at the end of this season. We've got some guys in there that have done some long stints with us that are going to come back racing or moving on to other things. So if you are interested in a season off and would like to try something different, get involved in race control, probably a few people in the chat this morning, not saying any more than that. Probably, it is not an easy gig. It is hard work, and you need to be, to appreciate what those guys do. It is not easy. Like I've been lucky enough to sit inside the inner sanctum, not making those calls, but I've been lucky enough to sit inside the inner sanctum and see how those guys make those calls and how hard they work at it, and how bloody hard it is, and how they've got to deal with the stuff when it comes back the other way as well. Like, those guys do a tough gig at the best of it. I will bat for anyone in race control in any league I'm involved with. And if you don't like the fact that I will stick up for those guys, well, then you don't want to be in that league I'm involved with. Simple as that. So if you are interested in a season off, looking for something different to do, looking to learn more, it's amazing when you actually spend some time in race control, you start to look at your own actions in a completely different light, and RaceKraft in a completely different light. So if you are interested, reach out to Dave Coleman, let him know you're interested, and we'll see what we can do. This is pretty pure and simple. If I don't have the numbers for race control, we won't have 4 splits. I'll have to do something crazy like run 56 cars in 3 splits, but then we may still have too many numbers where people may miss out. So it is a very important role. As Mr. McLeod just accidentally hit the safety car button. Whoops.
There's one you can cull early.
No, he does a great job. He's just got to take the AI out of it.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, he does.
So
Well, I don't know if he's watching, but you got to tell him also, John. His jokes aren't funny. He tries to add a bit of humour into them. They're not funny. They're so bad. They're cringeworthy. But he's race controlled, so nobody's going to tell him at this point.
Oh, I did.
We do.
Remember that one? At the Hockenheim?
Yes, I do recall that. Oh man!
What you're saying there, John, is absolutely correct. The league doesn't
Yeah.
run without race control. It doesn't run without the admin guys, and the guys that have been doing race control that were drivers. They want to come back, so it's something I'll do in the next few seasons. So I want to have a look at the calendar first and see if I like the calendar. If I don't like the calendar, I'll put my hand up and I'll run for a season.
That's the big reveal at the end of tonight. Is next season's calendar.
Ooh,
We're getting there.
Okay, well, I might make the decision tonight then.
Knowing that famous website that you look after, Sean, I've got a feeling you won't be.
Right, copy. Hope it's not the same week.
No, I think we're before
Hang
that.
on.
We're before that.
Hang on, John. We might be able to go back to 3 splits here. There's a few more people in the chat that say they like Bruce's jokes, so they can get culled as well. They can go. They can all go and be Bruce. They can all become stand-up comedians while we sim race. There we go. Easy. 3 splits. Done.
Of course. Justin's in the lane at the moment, Pato and Ernie Toth. Of course, for those wondering where I was last night, I was having a lovely evening with the great Limo and Dave O'Neill, so...
Awesome. So are you practicing to be a race controller?
Yeah.
Take Bruce with you next time, will you? Maybe you can get some good material. Bruce does a good job.
It's nice to see Simon have a good run. He's had such a bad run of luck with various crashes and issues, so he had a good run last night. He's up 22 positions at the moment.
I'll tell you just quietly, Simon Black is, and he doesn't get time to do a lot of iRacing these days because he does a lot of overseas. He's a
world age champion, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Richard Burns.
He's won a heap of titles. Like we're into double figures with the amount of titles he's won, world titles, not just for Australia or a local league or anything like that, against the entire world. He's a fantastic sim racer. He builds the best sets you've ever seen. He engineered one of Jared Filsell's Scops championships, and he engineered it basically off the development series that we ran then. Basically, we used those sets, Simon made them, and Jared used them with a couple of minor tweaks for the whole season, and won a season off those sets. That's how good they were. So he really is somebody impressive. Why is that, Mark?
I don't think I've got to say anything more.
Roger that.
To be honest though, like some of the stories I've heard from Simon, like you look at SVG's old man. I can't remember his first name. That's how bad I am. Rob. Yeah. Rob. And Simon's spent time with him in the rally scene, and yeah.
Well, and yeah, absolutely, he does that because Rob's quite keen, and he gets online and has a bit of a go every now and again. But Shane loves it as well, and Shane and Simon spend a whole pile of time together. And when Shane was racing in supercars in Australia, whenever they went to Winton, there would always be an invite waiting at the gate from Shane for Simon to come and sit in the Red Bull bunker for the weekend. So they actually shared quite a good friendship and spent a lot of time together doing stuff like that because Shane loves that sort of stuff too. So yeah, it was, and heck of a nice guy. He did a lot of nice things for Simon and so forth. But Simon's like very, very good technically in that respect. So he's a great guy to know, and we catch up with him every year at Bathurst for the 12 hour. And we've been mates from 2012 2012, 2011, something like that. Maybe a bit early, maybe 2010 thereabouts. Racing R-Factor and supercars together and all that sort of stuff. So, and then came to iRacing. So, yeah, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy, Simon.
Yeah, of course, the race director for the Pro Series.
Hey,
Hey, Darren, tracks over this side, mate. Yeah, race director for the Pro Series. He does a cracking job with that, and just so relaxed and chilled how he approaches it, and yeah, I've learned a lot from him.
His commitment to the community as well. I remember we did Dev Series, we did V8 supercars when they first came out in iRacing, and we ran a league there, which turned into 2 splits after a while. And then Dev Series, I was just thinking to myself, you know, you guys are sitting there going, wow, 25 seasons, and I'm blowing Simon's trumpet here. He did 41 seasons of Dev, made the setups and was there for setting the servers and so forth for OSR. It's just like his commitment and what he's actually put into the community is fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Now you guys were doing training sessions as well back in the
we used to, yes.
That, and Simon would get on and chat real time and give you feedback on how you're driving. And I remember there was one thing in particular that I took away, and I still do it to this day, is my outlaps. I never used to really pay a lot of attention how I drive it. One of Simon's tips was you drive your outlap hit the same markers that you would, not at the same speed, but drive the track how you would and get a feel for it at speed. And then as you get quicker at speed, you sort of continue to hit those same markers. But, you know, it's a lot easier when you're warming your tyres up. So you do your outlap before you're about to qualify, hit all the same markers that you will on your actual lap, and then go out with your warm tyres and do it. And he told me that in it must have been 2014, 10 years ago now.
Yep, absolutely. I tell you, just while we're watching Darren Friend here, he was coming up behind me. I was actually behind Simon there. I was running with Darren Friend for a while too, and man, didn't he keep the pressure and the blowtorch on the back of your car? He really did. I thought he was quicker than me, and I was waiting for him to. I could just sort of hold him off, but I was absolutely driving it as hard as I could to do it.
Friendy is one of these guys that, you know, over the first sort of 12 months ago, he'd be quick, he'd qualify, but you would just know he's going to fall off. And hopefully fall off without taking people out around him, like just do it himself. But he's just starting to now really get that consistency, and it's great to see. He's getting that top 10 result, knocking on the door. The improvement's coming, and it's great to see.
Yep. I've got to say, John, this event too, being a longer race, and it was quite a tough event to do, but a good track to do it on. It was interesting, it was new, I enjoyed that, but I found that the race was of a different nature. You were often racing with a gap in front or behind you that could be 5-10 seconds, and so you were literally driving your butt off, hitting your markers, nobody's there, trying to shave tenths off the guy in front of you or add tenths of a second to the guy behind you in your relative. And it was a real mind game to make sure you hit your marks every lap after lap after lap after lap, because there's so many corners. So it was a really good mind challenge as a race. I very much enjoyed it for that aspect.
And that's why we always do that mix of, you know, we throw an enduro in, because enduro starts to bring in fatigue, or mental fatigue first of all, and then physical fatigue, particularly for us older bastards. But it brings that fatigue element in. So you've really got to have your wits about you during the night, and no safety car tonight. That makes it even harder. And then, you know, because Supercar are here in a month's time for their 500, that's why we'll go for our enduro here. It's absolutely gonna be a tough place, because you've got corner. So you don't really get much of a break. It's not like Bathurst where you sit on Mountain Straight and you sit on Conrod, then you get that, you know, or in Baldock's case, you hear the ice swirling in the glass as he takes a sip. You don't get that time. You don't get that time. Here, you're fully physical. You're moving all the time. It's a bit like Winton. You know, heaven forbid I really get crazy and do 300 Ks at Winton. Wouldn't you sort of love me for that?
Oh, God.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the long races. It gives you the chance to have more strategy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Yep, absolutely. Like at this stage of the race, I've only just sort of pitted and come out, and I had just over 10 laps on good tyres, and I needed that to hold off like Daniel Schaefer, who was quicker than me, and I thought, yep, he'll be on me soon. But with the better tyres, I was able to maintain a 5-second gap, and then eventually start to pull it out. And the pressure of him trying to catch me somewhere along the line, he ran off, and suddenly he dropped back, and that pressure was gone. So that strategy allowed me to A, get in front of him, and B, hold 5th position. Which, everyone that's in front of me is faster than me, but about 4 or 5 guys behind me are also faster than me. So playing it at the right point helped me maintain 5th position for the rest of the race.
Yeah, exactly. And of course,
Daniel was saying today in the chat that it's about this stage he realised he was 2.5 laps of fuel short.
Yep, that's what it was. That's right. Yes. Yeah.
So of course,
he'll be
Daniel also had a pit penalty as well, which made things a bit worse for him.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's it was a good event. I think it was a very good event. I enjoyed it. My feet were tired. my brake foot was tired. I can tell you by the end of it.
And that's why, it's not a consistent. Every race is this distance. We're going to mix it up just to make it different. A sprint race, the way you approach a sprint race is different to the way you approach 300 Ks. And the idea is to get everyone thinking. Of course, Rob Baxter, you had time to manage and think. Knowing you, Rob, you would have been overthinking. And I know at this stage I rocked into our team Discord, and I know at this stage Baldock was complaining because his glass was empty.
Need a third pit stop.
It was good.
I must admit, by about this stage, I'm starting to go, all right, 10 laps to go. How many? That's 20 minutes max. All right, I can do this.
Yeah, I was going all right, but right near the end, I made a little tiny mistake coming out of one, and ended up turning hard right instead of hard left, exiting one. And I've still got no idea how I sort of did it, but it's just that tiniest of slip-ups. But I had a good enough gap not to lose the position, and away I went. But
yeah, it's probably like 59, I think.
That probably is. Sorry. Oops, spoiler alert. That's right, I forgot. Johnny's on the wall.
The event log doesn't lie.
He's not. Well, there's that too.
I do my homework, don't worry. Even though I didn't watch the race, I wasn't in the race. I've done my homework.
Pete's on hot here. He's all over, Dave.
Yep.
I'm going to crack.
Some of you might not know either that Dave Holly is quite an accomplished musician. He does a lot of composing and helping with bands and so forth and creating music. He's pretty bloody good at it by all accounts. That's also tempered by the fact that he's a Richmond fan, so, swings and roundabouts.
Passes on. A little bit later on the brakes, inside line, gives a bit of room, and job done. Yep.
Too easy.
Good pass. Good pass.
It's funny to say that, Mike. So I'm looking forward to catching up with more of the crew at the next events and things that we can do. When we had our SH catch up, a couple months ago now, it was lovely to meet all the guys and talk about what they're doing and work and how, all that kind of stuff. You learn more about them, but more than just the driver. Who's the guy behind the wheel? So I'm looking forward to meeting more of our community.
Look, it's really good, like when I was doing the early days of the OSR, the Bathurst 12 hour that we're doing in February, I put out an invitation across at the Shakedown GT3 Sports Car Club for the sim racing section over there, and along with Jim Stoddard and Shane and Fernando and a couple other boys. Dave was one of the guys that actually came over and decided he was going to have a crack at this and joined iRacing, and away he went. And we sort of formed a bit of a friendship and had a bit of a chat there, and then he actually came to the real 12 hour. I talked him into coming one year because I had a spare spare plot there, and he was keen to come, so away I went. So I got to meet him personally, and you get to form those sort of friendships. And, you know, Dave hasn't been back, but I still meet up with the other shakedown guys there, and you just get to know these guys, and it's a little personal piece that you get to meet them and have a chat, and it's good fun. It's fantastic. I agree with you totally. It's fantastic.
Mm. That's one of the great things about the league, really. Like, I love that South Australians get together.
Yep.
You know, well, sort of. I said I'm up to Newcastle on Friday night. You know, I'll catch up with a group up there. For those who see Todd Duggan's now known as Todd Dugganetti, it's got to do with the fact that he owns the Hunter Valley Pasta Company. He was telling me the story how he changed industries and bought the business, and you know,
Let's go.
it's like, but you're not Italian, you're making pasta.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
So hence was the birth of Todd Dugganetti.
That's right.
Yeah, it was a great night.
Did Bruce write that joke?
No, I didn't. But it was like, and,
Quite funny.
And like I'd had quite a few. I've had quite a few chats with Mark Duggan over the journey as well, because Mark used to do race control used to co-commentate East Coast with me. So I had quite a few convos with Mark over the journey as well about his cycling accident and a few other things, and to catch up with Mark was bloody great, and catch up with Troy, my own team. Matty Mascord, who was 39 at the time, driving our safety car in Split 1, he came down and saw us as well, and ironically, his boss was the guys that Todd was the boss of before he changed industries. So the old small world. So it's always great to go and meet people. And as I said, I'll be up in Queensland early September, and I'll organise a Friday catch up there. And so definitely it's well worth doing. I enjoy doing it. I always try and make the point of even catching up with my team guys. Like, from a team perspective, like a couple of seasons ago, like I've caught up with Jamie McKnight. He is an absolute cracking gentleman when you meet him in person and have a chat. And, like Dave Worrell, Josh Strage, like I've done the Bathurst 6 Hour in the pit crew, part of the pit crew for Dave Worrell now for 2 seasons, and if it wasn't through sim racing, I wouldn't have met him. And, you go to those sorts of events and, we have a bloody good group of people, and I keep talking about the comradeship of the group, and, I know it's super freaking competitive now compared to what it used to be, but, the league was built on that comradeship, and we've got to keep that in the back of our minds when we do stuff and type stuff and say stuff, and
Well, that's why I wrote today. In the end, it's better that when you go to a real motor racing meeting and you meet up with guys, it's better to shake hands than fists.
Yes.
So that's it really is. So
So we talked through it there, but I did something a little bit cheeky there. For anyone that's paying attention, we've got Justin Wood that was lapping us. I let him go at the end of the straight, and then he sort of cut a line, and I've just followed him past.
and under Dave Holly as well.
Yeah, and I took Holly under it, and it was like, in the old days when you could pass with the old cars, probably wouldn't have done that because you would have liked to win the fight equally. But I kind of feel with this car, you just take the opportunity, and if you can drive away, then it's not so bad.
Yeah, that's the trick. The drive away. Sorry, Dave. That was Justin saying that was messy. Hey, you got P1 against your name,
It worked
Justin.
out brilliantly, Justin. It worked out brilliantly, mate. It's fine.
You got P1 against your name, Justin. Don't say sorry. I've just missed something. KO has just had a little bit of an oopsie. He is human.
He's still got too much front tyres left, I think.
He's comfortably sitting here 16 seconds behind Justin, 33 seconds out of Tommy DeWitt. Got himself locked in here. Just got to be patient, see it out. Only 5 laps to go.
Yeah, these guys were flying last night.
Yeah.
They were after 300 kilometres, and they're lapping the majority of the field. It's pretty impressive to see them go so hard. And it'd be great to see him go away too. Like,
Yes.
we wish you well next season.
Yeah, we wish. Yes. Go well. Go well to third split.
Yeah.
They are just like super quick. Like in a championship, you look at it, you think, I can't beat. I couldn't beat KO on speed. There's no way I could do that. So I've got to look at getting the points that I can, where I can, and how I can. So, you know, and if he makes some mistakes, well, we're snapping at his heels, because he's got 2 drop rounds already with 0 points. So if he has another unfortunate race, then he drops points, and he could literally drop right out of the championship in the next 2 rounds very easily, because he's got no backup. He's not being there for 2 rounds. He's got 2 0-point races that would, you know, which could hurt him quite badly if he has a bad round. But he has to have a bad round. So we're not wishing anything bad to happen to him. Just, you know.
No,
Just putting it out there, Mike.
You've just got the voodoo doll out there.
It would be unfortunate, yeah, KO. If your left arm is feeling really sore at the moment, it's like, these needles aren't too long that I'm pressing into the KO doll. But the other person,
but
like,
we're not racing for sheep stations.
No, not at all.
No, but
the
we
other
race for
person
sheep dogs.
Sheep dog.
The other person is Tommy DeWitt, who's bloody quick as well, and consistently quick. And he's finishing 1 or 2 spots ahead of me all the time. So it's, I mean, it's good for the championship. You take what you get, but you do want to win it. You do want to fight for it. But yeah, man, those boys are quick, and they're good at what they do in their racecraft too. So still, it's all good fun. I love doing it. But yeah, they're fast.
Simon's clearing up.
And of course, Tommy's being coached by Troy Stonestreet, and it absolutely shows the consistency. Troy was so consistent when he came through these lower splits. And yeah, Tommy's starting to click with Tommy. And he's making a move on Pato. There's a bit of door banging here. Well, I think I might have missed it in turn 1, I think. Had the pleasure of watching this battle last night. Of course, same thing again. You know, we're in the end of a long night. Just working on that mental fatigue.
Well, that's
Let's have it a crack.
that's ambitious.
There we go, square it up.
Yep.
So Pato was quicker through the front half of a lap, and Ernie was quicker through the back half of a lap.
It's actually something that I've noticed before, John. It's probably something that's fairly unique to Split 4. Like, that we're not the same pace as the other splits, but we're probably because we've got such a differential in our lap time, that our paces actually can be quite a lot in particular corners, as opposed to, if you're 2 seconds slower than Split 1, well, we're not 2 seconds slower. Some of our corners could be just as fast, but then the next one we're not there, and you get a real rubber band effect, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. Pato's had a good lap there.
Yes.
I think he'll be further back this time. A couple more laps up. We'll go back to Mike in a second.
Had to drop. Mike's, damn, Mike's not even working.
It was good. And Kevin was just sitting behind this, and I think it's Kevin. No, sorry, it's KO sitting behind this, and I'm watching the blue flags on Pato and going, KO's just happy to sit here and watch this. He's got 20 plus seconds. He's not worried. Like, he's not going to catch
50
Justin
behind him, 20 in front.
Yeah, he's not going to catch Justin, and he's got Tommy well behind, so he's going to sit here and watch. Like, I'm saying to Pato, don't worry, ignore the blue flags until until Ernie gets out of the way. Don't worry about him. You just keep racing Ernie. So it comes back. It comes back to that knowing the race situation and the horses. Because okay, I'm just watching. Yeah, you're enjoying it. Like I said, it reminded me of bloody Troy coming on the radio and going, "Oh, I'm not passing you guys. I'm watching this battle. I'm loving it." And you were basically doing the same thing. Here we go. Ernie's right up behind him now.
Oh,
It's good to watch from, like when I pulled out the last week's race of the wet one. I decided to stay in and help the guys out, and it is good to watch from that perspective while you're in that race.
Mm.
You get to see a different side of it.
Oh, I may have missed it, Mike. I think I missed it. Bugger. Everyone's so far spread. Yeah, everyone's so far spread, and I don't have a track map, so he's got away with it. Bloody hell, Coraliff.
He just got out of the server too. So.
He's back, I think. Oh no, he's not.
opportune moment to disappear.
Yeah.
We could always bring it up as a replay after the race, John.
Yeah, could try that.
If he comes back in.
Let's just see. Did it list it the second time? No, it didn't. Bugger.
Gotta admit, this broadcast felt a lot faster than the race.
Gotta admit, I was surprised when I got home and, I was like, oh, I'll just go have a look, go to the office and just have a look, and oh shit, they still had 20 laps left.
Yeah, without a safety car, so that was a sprint from start to finish.
Which makes it hard. Let's just see. Did I miss that or not? We'll see if it's. Oh.
Maybe.
He's going. Maybe this one. Yeah. Slap 59. It's not going to tick over for it.
You might have got in the.
I want the money. Yeah. Like I said, it gets annoying when I don't have a track map. Hi, Mike. You want to talk us? You want to talk us through this, Mike?
Hang on, let me. Oh,
He's hit the apex.
oh,
He's hit the walls.
there it is. There it is.
And
I'll
just
tell you
missed
what,
the wall.
That was a move of the century to miss that wall, wasn't it? Hit your heart out, Bulldog.
Goodness.
Pass the century on the wall. I'll take
I
that.
know.
I'll take that.
I have absolutely no idea what happened there because you were just counting off the laps and doing it really easy, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere she just snapped right. And I thought I had to do something different, but yeah, is it fatigue or whatever? I don't know, but yeah, I got no idea. But I didn't throw it into the wall, so that was good.
And Shapes goes a bit wide, opens the door up for Pete Kelleher to take 6. Now we're down to the penultimate lap. Oh, the century. Quite a few big gaps in there, yep. I have to agree with you, Fav. Slats decides to slide in there as well, keeping pressure on Schaefer.
Yeah, this is where Daniel's out of gas. He is literally limping this thing. He's basically running on the starter mode, it felt like. So yeah, there's nothing to apologise there for. Daniel, he apologised in the chat today about getting in our way, and I was, no, he was out of the way, so. But yeah, he's running, he's coming home on fuel at this stage.
It's a hard gig. It's going to look for a few more moves before we finish. Brad Grant putting some pressure on Braden. Nice dive into turn 1. Oh. Robbins racing, but that's a little bit beyond that. But anyway.
Yeah, you got to hand that one back, surely.
Rosie, he's got Jeff Eddy behind him. As Justin is on the final lap of the race. Like these guys he's done a cracking job. Like he's lapped everybody up to P6.
No, I think he got P6 at this stage. Yeah, he's probably has, but yeah.
So he's done well, driving for Infinity Motorsports out of the Hamish Munro stable. Those boys work very hard, and definitely would have been interesting to see where he would sit in regards to KO if he didn't have gear failure earlier on in the season, but has come home with a wet sail, and will be very interesting to watch him over the next 2 weeks. Hard to believe it's only a fortnight left. Watch him over the next 2 weeks to see what he can do. I don't think this championship is all over, but the shouting yet. I think there is a long way to go here still.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And championship points, license points can still play out as well. Like the boys have a couple.
I tell you what,
If
Justin was doing.
if you had a bad week next week and you got wiped out for the no drop round last round.
Yeah.
That's what I'm banking on for that Van Ree Bulldog, for the Bulldog Van Ree Cup.
And there he comes, last corner. Going to take him home, Jay.
I'm telling you, I'm starting from the back and I'm not having any breaks.
Yeah, Justin Wood takes the win.
Takes the win. That is a great win. He's 28 seconds ahead of the Brazilian legend K.O. Kinzel. So just to say you're 28 seconds ahead of KO, people would be going, that is split one, Justin. Walk in. He's in with chat now with us as well. That would be like, you're going to split one, son. If we were to take it off one race.
What do you mean? What pub test?
Never you might enjoy split one.
Tommy the win. He's going to come home in P3. He has been Mr. P3 consistent the last couple of weeks.
Reckon those points would.
Exactly,
Yeah,
racking
shows
those
the
points up.
Yep.
And of
Nice
course,
try, Tommy.
this bloke here in fourth, if he can't steal his brother's rig next week, he's going to miss the last round. So there'll be no points in that. So that's going to really hurt his championship cause. But has driven really well tonight. He's had some shockers, but he has shown what he can do. He's just got to get rid of the shockers, and I think we'll get him into split three. He's been working hard for it. He's not far from it. And Mr. Korolev, our leader, equal leader in the championship, he's going to finish fifth. Still racking over consistent points.
Yep.
Yeah, nicely
Just a
done, Mike.
little-
The last car that didn't get lapped.
Yeah. That only leaves Tommy DeWitt and myself as the only two drivers that have completed every lap of the races so far this season. 370 laps. Yep.
That is a fair effort in itself.
Absolutely.
So we are lucky enough we've got Justin with us.
Evening, lads.
How are you, Justin?
Yeah, pretty well. Thank you.
How did you
Yeah, it was
find that one?
Yeah, it was an interesting, huge race, I guess. Yeah. Tough to stay focused, and I just went for big, long stints. Like I said, I filled it up and hoped to come out in front of KO, but no, I was just behind. But he had that unlucky sort of spin, and I wasn't going to let off and have the battle because he might have just got back in front, and so I just sort of took it all the way as much as I could. And thanks to everybody under like blue flags. Like I didn't mean to upset too many. I tried to do it as safely as possible. But yeah, it was a good race.
How was your tyre degradation with that full tank of fuel, Justin? In the middle stint there when you filled it up, were you able to maintain your lap speed and your times?
Everybody gave me that placebo effect. Like I'd never tested a full tank, but they're all like, "Oh, the car feels great on a full tank." So I thought, I'll run a little bit longer. And when I came into turn one, it said I had 1.4 laps left, so I figured I could just make it. But yeah, as I came down pit lane, it ran out on the first stint. But yeah, so I filled it up to the brim and just took it as far as I could because I like the car to be light and fresh tyres at the end, just to have a good battle with somebody.
Yep. But with that stint though, were you able to maintain good times, or did you have fall off and your tyre deg over that full stint?
I watched it just back then because I couldn't really see on the standings between me and KO because I had too much, a couple lap cars between us. So I watched it. It got probably like 5 seconds on me, like mid way through that second stint, and then I pulled it back at the last part of it. And then when we went back into pit, both of us, we sort of equalised back out.
Yep.
So I did have a bit of trouble coming in that second one. The little crew chief was telling me all about my tyres were like beyond 20% or whatever. So they were on the limit. They were on the belts.
Mm.
Made it work though. That's good. It's good to know.
Well, you,
Yeah.
Driving.
you did a 153.6 in the race, which I think is bloody impressive. No, like KO's best time in the race was a 154.1.
Oh, that was, sort of my plan as well. I tried to go for that hot lap, just by getting the car so light in the last part and less fuel. So I guess as soon as you get your tyres warm on the second stint, that's probably your best time to get a good hot lap because the car's at its lightest and at its best tyre sort of percent. If I'm not talking shit.
No, makes sense. We understand.
No, you're not.
No, you're
Hey,
right.
you won the race. We're going to believe you.
Yeah.
Good bragging rights.
Absolutely.
Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I better brag the sponsors. So big shout out to just my team, Infinity Motorsport, all the guys in there that I race with, practice with, all the guys in the league, yourself, JVR, put on a good show for us, broadcast. Anyone I miss, but yeah, title sponsors, Infinity Broadcasting, Blackheart Design, WD-40, Motorsport Parts Australia, VRS and the series sponsors. Yeah, thanks everyone. Good race again. Hope to see more and battle anyone who wants to go door to door.
I'd just be happy to go nose to tail with you, mate, let alone door to door.
I got in trouble for that off race control. Yeah, Bruce called me out for the bump and run. I don't know, somewhere mid there, give KO a little touch up in the back.
Ah,
I think it's all right. I think it worked out okay. That's a good job.
yeah, just don't listen to Bruce.
Cheers, everyone.
Don't listen to Bruce's jokes. We were talking about Bruce's jokes before.
Yeah.
He's called me out a couple of times now.
You do race hard, Justin,
He's,
so I can
he's good
understand.
value.
Yeah, you do race hard, and
Yeah.
I could see him looking at that. So, but mate, don't change what you're doing because it's working. That's all I'm going to say.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
And of course, the man that was in P2 was the Brazilian legend himself, KO Kinzel. And I know he would want to thank Kevin and the team around him over at We Race. He is having an absolutely standout season. He's been the talking point, but Justin has absolutely put the focus away from him. But yeah, KO did miss 2 rounds. He's come back, 2 rounds to go. I think it's going to be an epic battle to the finish of the season. And of course, the bloke that was in P3 can't be with us tonight because mum and dad have come round to visit. Like, that's not really a vet's
Hope they're
excuse.
Hi, Mum and Dad.
Yeah, and I know Tommy would like to thank Wodonga Carts and Parts, Croc Promotion Carts Australia, Stone Street Plumbing. He'd like to thank the pool guys in Adelaide. He'd like to thank LGC Images, Dave 37 Racing, Warboys Motorsport, M1 Cars and Pecky Performance and Dyno Tune. I know he'd like to thank Troy particularly as well for helping him out and the rest of the lads in the team. When a few blokes haven't been racing, they've been popping in and doing some spotting as well. So I know he'd like to thank those guys. So Tommy is done relatively pretty good. He'd be pretty chuffed with that. Next thing, lads, is drive of the day. Now, we've got Simon Black in the top 10. He's up 25 spots. But Blackie has, of course, got a DOD this season from Chubby Buns. Dave Holly in 9th, he's up 5. But for me, and it could be a little bit of an in-house call, for me, and I've got to get rid of that. I have one job, John, one job. Right. I'm probably thinking to me, this bloke's up 22 spots. He's an absolute crowd favourite. taking the time out to come and join us. No, same thing with Mike as well. No, taking the time out to come and join us, knowing that it's a bloody 2-hour battle to get through this. Greatly appreciated. And yeah, they're all throwing it in the chat now as well. So it's job's done.
All right.
There we go.
Thanks, John. Thanks, everyone. That was. I did want to, like, I've recently moved very close to the Bend. I do feel this is my home track, and I was really hoping for a good run last night. I literally drove home 2 hours to get home, ran in, booted up the computer, got into qualifying with 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining, got to set one lap to put myself on the grid. Started, was it 29th or something, and then just wanted to keep out of trouble and have a nice clean race. So I was thrilled with my result, and I'm even more thrilled with driver of the day. So thank you.
Well done, Sean.
mate.
So
Well done, mate. That was a good drive.
yeah, that's a great drive. So
And we're getting stickers now, aren't we, John? Is that the thing?
Yeah. I've still, for those who got it last season, I do apologise. I've basically, for those who don't know, I've been working since end of January. I have been working 7 days a week, doing 60 hours a week. That contract basically finished on Wednesday, so this is really my first weekend off, so I will be playing catch up on a lot of things. I will get last season's Chubby Bun stickers out. I do have them sitting in an envelope on my desk, and this season's will come out as well once we get them from Reg. So yeah, well done, Sean.
Lovely.
So we will
Just
get
looking at
those.
my sim race here, I can see exactly where I'm going to stick it. That'll be great.
Yeah, so of
Right
course.
on the rig.
So of course, we've gone with square stickers using the 80mm profile of a rig, so that people, if they win more than one, can start lining them up. I know Brenton O'Brien was getting excited, hoping he was going to get a six collector's edition of stubby holders, but yeah, we just thought probably a bit better for the sponsor and a bit better for us to go to stickers. So yeah.
Honestly, John, Brenton gets excited over a bloody McDonald's Happy Meal sticker, so that's not really.
Yeah.
Like let's be fair here.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, truth be known.
Do they even have a McDonald's on Phillip Island? The question.
Oh, I think when we moved there, they actually opened one.
Of course they would. No, we shouldn't pick on Brendan like that. Anyway, he will tell you about the hole in one though that he got at the golf course there. Righto, let's move on to how the championship looks, because that is the next exciting thing. Mr. K.O. Kinzel moves himself 10 points ahead of you, Mike, in P2, so he's still knocking on the door. Tommy DeWitt is only now 2 points behind, so that gap has closed with 2 races to go. Daniel Schaefer is still sitting in 4th. He's holding on to that spot by 15 points from Pete Kelleher. Pete Kelleher in 5th is only 8 points ahead of Jeff Sanford. Ernie Toft is only a further 29 points behind. Rob Baxter, who we know is not racing the last round, so we can rule him out, but he's 32 points ahead of Brad Grant, Dave Holly, and Braden O'Loughlin, all sitting in 9th. Some muppet called Dave Baldock is in 12th. So these guys up front, please all fall over. I don't need these guys to turn up for the next 2 weeks. Stay away. That way we get Baldock up there. Move him on to split 3, so he's not my problem. Darren Vermey.
We don't want him.
Darren Vermey, unfortunately, doesn't get any points this week because of racing in split 1 points. Split 1 points don't carry over to split 4. Darren Walden. I know. I'm sorry, Darren. Darren Walden in 14th, O'Neill in 15th, Eddie in 16th, Rose, Wright, Leslie, Buckland. Van Ree, he's only got one more race left in him this season, the old bugger. And then Phil Whiteman in 22nd, Morris, Robinson, and Darren Friend rounds out the top 25. Now, next week, we go to a brand new circuit called Mazzano, named after the great Simon something Cello. I can't remember his first part of it. He was a great cyclist, great motorbike rider, who I vaguely remember seeing the accident where he passed away at Malaysia.
That was Simicelli.
Mincelli, that's it. Yeah. So it is an interesting circuit. I will do SRW there on Tuesday night, just so I feel like I've driven it. I've paid for it. So it'll be a good race. I will not be racing on Tuesday night. It is Dave Baldock's 200th race. I am avoiding it like the plague, to the point where I'm actually going to go out for dinner with someone and have a good time. So I will be away. For those in Newcastle, Friday night, I will be out with these lads. So make sure you free your calendar up for that one. And so Friday night, there will be no broadcast from me. I'm waiting to hear from Andrew Johnstone whether Split 3 will take this time slot. I'd probably say no, knowing that it's an ungodly hour. What time is it, Ross?
1:30.
Yeah, ungodly hour.
Ain't something right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still here, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not asleep yet. So it's definitely working. Yeah, there probably may not be any broadcasts on Friday night, which means I don't miss anything. So I'll be happy with that. Just saying. But I will be back down in the southern states on Sunday. So I will do a broadcast Sunday night. I think it'll overlap with Scops, but I can't see any of our Split 4 boys driving Scops, so we should be all right. So we'll do a broadcast.
Darren Vermo might be. Sorry, Johnny. Sorry to interrupt. He might pop in for a quick cameo.
See, Bruce, I see you drop a joke. I'm shocking. Anyway, on that note, so the broadcast will be Sunday night. And then, of course, we go into the final round. I will be doing the broadcast on the Friday night after the final round. Then we'll go into 4 weeks off. Keep an eye out in the meantime for the entries for season 25 coming out. And keep an eye.
Give us a sneak peek of the calendar, aren't you, John?
I will. It's coming.
All right.
Siri's talking to me, but I don't know why she is. So keep an eye out for that. Queenslanders, keep an eye out for some Muppet coming from down south, up north. Who enjoys a beer, as we've talked about tonight, it's great having a beer with people, so we'll definitely organise something up there. Keep an eye out for that in the first week of September, and I think the 19th of September I may or may not organise something in Melbourne for a beer. That's not confirmed yet, but we'll see where we're at with that one. Well, let's have a look. We did talk about this. Here is the calendar for season 25. So we're going to start with 200 kilometres at Phillip Island. After we've made jokes about there not being
a good-looking calendar.
After making jokes about there not being a McDonald's there. And then we're going to have retro round. Round 2 will be the Enduro, 49 laps of the Great Mount Panorama Circuit on the 2nd of October. So that should be the weekend, the Thursday before the long weekend, or the long weekend should be the weekend after, I think. So we're around time of the long weekend anyway in New South Wales.
It is the Thursday before it.
Yeah, so you're probably going to miss it. Sorry.
No, it's the Thursday after Bathurst week. So the 9th will be the Bathurst Thursday.
Yeah, there we go. Yep. So I've got it right.
Second weekend, yep.
It's worked out right. Thank you very much. We roll into Bathurst. It's going to be a retro round, so get onto your paint, your car painters, get them organised. I think it's going to be some good fun. It's going to be an Enduro, 49 laps the week before Bathurst. That is some great stuff there. Round 3, 200 Ks at Watkins Glen on the boot. It is a track that has always proven to be some good racing. It will be very interesting. Gen 3 cars. I've seen some racing there already in the Gen 3 cars. It will be an absolute hoot. Round 4 is 200 Ks at Algarve on the Grand Prix layout. Another tough undulating circuit. If you thought the hills were big like Mike Corliff talked about at the Bend, wait till you go to Algarve. It'll be like going to Bathurst. And then round 5, we go to Detroit, Belle Isle. the sadist in me is saying that will be the wet round, but we'll wait and see. Round 6 is 250 Ks at Sandown, 81 laps. That could be the wet round too. We'll go from there. Thruxton, now that is a iRacing call, so wait till I have a committee chat about that one. You like that track, don't you, Mike?
Yeah, my Thruxton's all right.
There we go. There's a vote there already in the wrong direction.
No, I like it. Make it wet. Let's go.
Well, the other wet track of thought was Le Mans, but then somebody did point out going down the straight with the spray might not be too much fun for the guys behind you. But we're going to 250 Ks there. Like Le Mans, 19 laps there, but 250 Ks at the speeds we do at that track would be equivalent to doing a 150K race. Red Bull Ring is the second last round, and then Sachsenring is the final round. I've put that in as a sprint race for the final non-drop round because Sachsenring's only a short circuit, ideal for sprint racing. Of course, it's a draft calendar. It's got to be ratified, of course, by iRacing first of all, because that's lining up at the end of the officials line. And it's also, we've got to sit down as a group and say, well, no, is Sachsenring suitable for the number of cars that we race? So there's a couple of little things still to be tweaked in there, but that is what will be advertised as the draft for season 25 once I get Discord and everything else set up going forward over the weekend. So, yeah, some good tracks in that. I actually quite like that one. It'll be very interesting and some really good tracks to finish with in the terms of Red Bull. And I think Sachsenring with a sprint race, if it's on the line, I think it will still provide some interesting racing. So, yeah, that is the draft calendar. So season 25 is not too far away. Red Bull in the wet. Yeah, I love your thinking, Justin. I'll put a vote in for that one too. That'd be even more scary going up the hill into turn 4. Yeah. Anyway,
water running down the track.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Be river coming down the track. It'll be good fun. We'll definitely make something happen. And as I wrap this one up, knowing that I got next Friday night off, as I wrap this one up, I would like to take the time to absolutely say a huge thank you to Mark Dial, Mike Coraliff, Ross Watson, and Sean Slater for his boys jumping in. I really enjoy doing these broadcasts when I do have a group in with me. It makes life 100 times easier for me. And the chat and conversation tonight has been, let's just say it's been above Bruce McLeod's comic relief specials.
That's a low bar, mate. Is that a compliment? Is that even a compliment?
Bulldog can tell a better joke than bloody.
Oh my God. You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually is.
South Australian. So,
Well,
Hang on.
What a huge thank you to the lads, and any other split 4 drivers or split 3 or split 1 or split 2. If you ever want to jump in and have a chat, always welcome to come in and join us in the Chook raffle. Of course, tonight's winning number was 011. So, and of course, as if you do read my chat GPT assisted chat comments that I put up as part of the broadcast. Yeah, we're still trying to work out whether they even have chickens in South Australia. So yeah,
yeah, they can swim from Tasmania.
Thanks, Mark.
yeah, he can swim from Tasmania.
Anyway, on that note, I also want to say a huge thank you. I think there's only 21 of us just left there because we've dribbled a fair bit and being a long race with not many overtaking. We've lost a few. But a huge thank you, of course, everyone out in the chat that has contributed. I hope you've enjoyed our sense of humour and enjoyed watching some racing and seeing some guys do some good stuff and some guys do some interesting stuff and some guys do even better after that. So on that note, I just want to wrap it up, but I'm going to quickly say this, and I know someone got into me for saying this, This league is about basically comradeship, friendship, mateship. I know we race hard, and I know as you go up in the higher splits, you race even harder. But at the end of the day, think before you type. Even to myself, I should say that. Think before you type, and just, we've got mechanisms in place. If you're not happy with race control, put in a management ticket. If you're not happy with a penalty you've got, still put in a ticket to race control. So we've got the penalty ticket system. Put that in, particularly if you're in different splits, because as management, we can have a look at it ourselves. As management, with the penalty tickets, we can also have a review and get someone else to review it who wasn't looking at it on the night. We can do stuff like that and work our way through it. What I'm saying is don't just come out and attack or have a go at people that are doing things that are making this league continue to move forward. I know apparently there's a lot of people that are unhappy. And if you are unhappy, please put a ticket in. If I get a lot of tickets, if we get a lot of tickets, because it's not just me, there's 3 others involved. If we get a lot of tickets, then we know a lot of people are not happy. But if you're not happy, don't sit there in the background and stew over it. Let us know. Let us know through the ticket system, because that way then we can act on it, we can take notes, and we can think about it, and we can implement change. If you don't let us know, then we can't implement change. But don't just throw stuff up and then get upset when people don't like the response that you're getting. I don't know about, or I do know that the other guys who do the management stuff with me spend a hell of a lot of time doing it. I know I spend a hell of a lot of time doing stuff in the background. Like I said before, I'm going to probably spend a few hours this weekend getting season 25 set up. Mike, you know how much work goes into these sorts of things from the experience that you've had from other leagues.
Absolutely.
And, I'm just saying, guys, there is 200 of yous out there, and I'm trying to make sure, you can put a ticket in if you are happy too, Kevin. I'd love that. We're trying to make this work. We're trying to make this work for 200 people. It's never going to be easy. It's not going to be a thing that's going to work and everyone's going to be happy. There's going to be people unhappy with decisions. I get that. I understand that, and I appreciate that. But this league works on the fact that I've got people who basically we do give them a little bit to pay for things like tracks and their iRacing subscriptions and things like that while they're doing what they're doing for us, because they also subscribe to iRace Control and things like that. They get peanuts for what they do, basically, if I was an employer. They get peanuts for what they do, and they take a lot of criticism. We do allow people to come in and talk to them after a race. Be respectful when you do that, because that's one of the hardest things for them as well. They've made a decision. You're going to come in and attack them on that. So just be careful when you do come in, and come in with the right frame of mind and the right attitude. And just, be respectful of that, because if all these people I've got doing race control tomorrow say I'm not doing this, we won't have 4 splits. In fact, if they all said no, we'd have no splits. So just be conscious of giving those people a little bit of gratitude for what they do. And same thing for our management group, same thing for the guys that do our social media, same thing for the guys that run around after the telemetry, same thing for the guys that, like Reg. If Reg does not put your livery on his artwork, it is because you have not given it to him. Simple as that. So don't get upset with Reg because we've put the league standard livery on his artwork. He's put he's put a system in, a form in where you submit your livery. You've got to do that yourself. And if he's got everyone's livery, he will put your livery on his artwork, But if he hasn't got your livery, he's just going to put the standard one on there. So there's just things like that, guys. Like, I know there's 200 obviously out there. I know not everyone's going to do everything, but, you know, we've got to help ourselves a little bit to make this league work. And, you know, the reason why I do this league, and I've talked about it tonight, and, you know, I've been laughing and having a great time with the boys in the chat with me tonight, and you lads out there in the chat as well. You know, I do what I do with this league because of you blokes. You know, and if you blokes are going to rip into what we do and rip into how we do it, then, you know, what's the point of me doing it? I can go back to the cricket club, play cricket, and get involved with that again and do that. You know, where I'm not going to get treated the same way. So this league works on respect, mutual respect for everybody and everything. You know, I'm trying to change things up because I know some people want change, but, you know, I get in trouble because the old guard doesn't want change. You know, so I'm trying to mix things up and make it work for everybody. But Jesus, it's bloody hard to make it work for 200 people. And, you know, this league means a lot to me. This league's gotten me through some very tough periods in my life. And that's why I've given back so much that I have. And, you know, there's people in this league who I absolutely admire and look up to. And, you know, it's their strength of character that I admire and aspire to. And, yeah, you know, we've all got to make sure we look after each other. That's my Jerry Springer final comments.
I
Well said,
agree.
John.
Yeah, I got to back you up there, John. Absolutely. It's having run leagues, you know what it's like. You know the criticisms that come, and you do it because you enjoy doing it and for the love of it. But it is important to always remember that you have to show respect to the people that run leagues. We know what that's like, and you guys do a great job. So thanks, John, and the rest of the crew.
Yeah,
Definitely.
On that note, I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Hopefully I won't be as hungover as Rob Baxter, and we'll get home by Sunday.
It's a cracking season.
That was going to stick now.
I think it's going to be Rob Kraken Baxter.
Cracking Baxter.
That's going to be his name in game.
Hang on. Someone keep talking.
It's going to be.
Keep talking. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Keep going. Keep going.
I can see it.
Well, and Darren split one vermi. You can go with that too. Oh, let's go.
Oh, there we go. We're watching Rob Kraken.
Rob Kraken, there we go. He's the better looking Kraken.
Anyway, on that note, we're going to wrap this up before we all die of laughing. Anyway,
Yeah.
so thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you all again next Sunday.
Cheers.
Awesome. Right.
There you go.
Introducing the RaceKraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with a 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a RaceKraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The RaceKraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.